Ah, one left. What the heck, dude?
Don't worry about it.
This happens every single time. Every time.
Go to newair.com and use the code Levi50OFF to receive $50 off your very own Pepsi Throwback Fridge. Oh, it's live. Oh my gosh.
We are here and we are ready to party. So who did a job promoting this live video? Did you promote it?
I did. I put it on. I didn't promote it personally.
Yeah.
But I was the one that made the post for the Rag Company.
What?
Yeah. Woo.
Facebook page.
We like to think that there is some guy out there, some guy that's really put in the work that nobody really sees.
Almost like he spent all day yesterday working on a
thumbnail.
Picture.
Who promotes these live videos really behind the scenes and really pushes them to where we have an audience
Can't wait
of
to meet
roughly
him.
anywhere
Someday,
from 50
hopefully
to
will.
70 to maybe even 80 people. And so
Wow.
that's what this
Fascinating.
live Q&A is all about. So welcome to Q&A Thursdays, where we answer your detailing questions as well as answer your life's questions and personal questions.
Yeah. Well, now, just wanted to put this out there. I know a lot of people are working from home, so I welcome all of you guys that are and gals that are home. Maybe because of the viruses. You see, I'm wearing some gloves. I have disinfected my hands, then put gloves on, then disinfected the gloves. So,
Yeah.
Nice.
but the point is, I want to give a shout out to Tim. I walked in this morning and said, Tim, I got a great idea for social distancing. What if I do this from my office, Anthony does it from him, and Morgan does it from hers? And Tim, bless his heart,
Yeah.
worked most of the day trying to figure out how to get us all in our offices. We had almost all of it there. The hard part was the delay in audio between the three of us. So we would have had a 10-second, maybe 5-second delay between
Right, right.
Not
talking
ideal,
to each of us.
yeah.
It wouldn't have, you guys wouldn't have liked it. So, second best thing, completely disinfected this this
This
podcast
room
room,
here. Yeah.
with the mic stands, the tabletop,
Yeah.
chairs, headphones.
Well, what we did, we actually just set off a bug bomb in here is what
Yeah,
happened.
yeah.
And that's what really just kind of got this thing looking lively. So anyway, so you guys are probably wondering where Dane is. He's missing
Well,
right
we had
now.
to disinfect Dane as well.
So he had to get disinfected, and he broke his back. And
Yes.
so he actually,
He was
He
pouring dog food.
Fell
his
down
back
the stairs.
was broken. And
His
so
back was broken.
he broke his
Spine.
back. It was a
Spinal.
spinal
It was spinal.
situation. So
Spinal.
he is off getting a chiropractic adjustment, and I'm sure
Poor
they're
guy,
using.
seriously, like, he spent all day working
Yeah.
on this. It literally broke his back working on the thumbnail.
Yeah. So we like to think that, Dane right now is probably in some type of Chinese, probably like.
Hey, look, it's next day Nate.
There's Nate. Hey, right
Hey.
there. Chinese
Yep.
chiropractic adjustment therapy
I don't,
session.
I don't think that's what. I
Um,
think he's just at a chiropractor.
Nope.
well,
he
knowing
went.
Dane,
Nope.
he would just choose a
Nate,
sport.
no,
local.
grab a chair.
Because here's
join us.
here's the deal. Dane does things differently, right? So Dane wouldn't
You
go
didn't
to your
get disinfected,
typical.
You need to get out.
Yeah.
He wouldn't go to your typical chiropractic adjustment, right? Because here's the thing.
Well, he goes to a mom and pop.
He hates chains, right? So he would go to something a little bit more unique, like a Chinese chiropractor, right?
Maybe.
And so there's plenty of them on the Boise bench over there off of Orchard.
See you, Nate. See you,
right?
see you tomorrow.
I don't think that they're legally real chiropractors. But it gets the job done, and so
Right.
there goes Nate. Was he here for a minute?
Yeah, he was. You were
Ah.
talking and totally ignored
You
him.
really didn't.
Dang. Well, he should have stuck around.
So, but the
So-
point is, Dane is in the comments, literally saying he's getting electrostimulated. I think that costs extra from typing under my table while watching through the face hole in the pillow I should be heading over as soon as this is done, though.
Did I not just call that,
You
though?
did,
I literally
yeah.
even said he does things different. Well,
Yeah.
what kind of chiropractic adjustment is electrostimulation?
They put these little things on your back, and then they crank up the juice.
Mm-hmm.
And, kind of try and work stuff out.
They used to do that at psychiatric wards
Yeah.
as well. So we're going to go ahead and start at the top here. If we can scroll up, Tim, we're going to start knocking these things out. So we had somebody say, here we go. So we got
Dan Pfeiffer.
Dan Pfeiffer, always the first to the action here, says, word up from rainy Minneapolis. I hope TRC crew is safe. Thanks for keeping the Q&A going.
Thanks, Dan. Dane here, managed to get crazy bad lower back pain yesterday. So bad he was hunched over like an old man and was literally using a cane.
Yeah.
I was so
I
shocked.
thought it was an old man.
So did
And I said, where did you get that cloak at? Like, you're wearing you got the whole
It
thing
was
going.
like a hooded cloak. It was
Yeah,
weird.
like a Gandalf situation, like a shorter Gandalf.
Yeah.
Not super short, but like a mid-sized Gandalf situation.
Yeah, it was very strange.
Okay.
High-end auto detail in Puerto Rico, fast recovery, Dane. Car detailing by Pat Incorporated.
Says-
Is there a
yeah.
waiting period between Quick Detailer and Showstopper? Or can Quick Detailer be applied right away after Showstopper? Thanks, Pat.
So, great question. I have been testing this quite a bit. So, we have done this probably on several cars where we've done an application of Showstopper immediately after Quick Detailer. It hasn't really changed much. But here's the deal, though. Quick Detailer will get slicker with time because it does kind of like a very short
Give it a little
curing
bit of time to sit.
So if you give it a little bit more time, you'll actually get a little bit more of a slicker feel on the application of Showstopper. So if you can wait 20, 30 minutes, that would be ideal. Basically, the time it would take you from quick detailing your car to get into the show and putting on Showstopper. But you can put it on right after if you want to. Typically, if you give Quick Detailer the time to cure, I think you'll get the most benefit out of it, though. So that's what we'd recommend doing.
Yeah, yep. Rectangle, sup guys, will you be carrying the new PNS carrot and seat protection? No idea what that is, Rectangle.
It's a carrot protection package.
Oh, for your carrots.
I don't usually protect my
You
carrots.
spray it on the carrots and it makes them hydrophobic.
It does, yeah, and it works on mini carrots, larger carrots,
Baby
baby carrots, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
G. Davis says, Dane, whatever you do, please don't let the chiropractor talk you into the no pants adjustment.
That's
Bees
not
Landscaping. Knock, knock. Anybody home? Dane Show laughing. Dane, currently getting electrostim, but I'm typing this from under the table while watching through the face hole in my pillow. I should be heading over as soon as this is done, though. Dane, just stay there.
Yeah.
G. Davis, you had me at face hole pillow. Hope you get some relief and they're able to help your back pain. Vigor Auto Detailing, Joe Wetzel. Hey guys, Joe here from Vigor Auto Detailing. Could you address the statement that the IDA put out about COVID-19? There's been so much controversy about it, and I would love to hear your thoughts. The only controversy is what's lately going on my Facebook page.
That is true.
You
So-
said that there was some drama started by the whole thing, which is just so stupid because it was a simple share.
All I'm doing is trying to share the word that the IDA put out.
Yeah.
Now, as IDA members of an association, now, the question is the association accredited? I don't have that personal information. Now, anybody can reach out to the IDA. They can talk to Cheryl Hazard. They can talk to Keith Duplessis, who is one of the founders. They can talk to Bud Abraham. There's a lot of folks who have more knowledge and more life in the IDA than I do. Now, I do sit as the chair for the committee
You do.
for certification.
Yeah.
I take the certification committee very seriously and am really trying to help create, the proper
Whoa.
education for detailers.
Yeah.
Now, Keith Duplessis has actually sat down with the Department of Labor to try and get detailing in as an actual listed trade.
He has, yeah, it's true.
He has been working on that. That has been a lifelong goal. And like everybody says, it's been 10, 11 years of this association. We have almost 2,000 members. We are not there yet. There are a lot of detail shops, a lot of detailers out there that need to just understand that we're bigger and stronger in numbers. The goal of the association is to create this network to help other detailers.
Yeah.
And it's operators, suppliers, manufacturers, all coming together to help each other grow this industry. We didn't have anything like this 5 years ago, we didn't have this size of this growth 5 years ago. We were trying really hard 5 years ago and doing really well with what we had. Now, the goal of the IDA someday is to get there. But we need help. We need people. We need volunteers. We need all of this. Any member of the IDA is a volunteer. They're not paid.
Correct, yeah.
So I'm excited to see what Keith and them post. You guys can tune into my personal Levi Gates page, which has all this information, and you can follow along.
Yeah.
If you guys have a comment or a suggestion, you can put it in the on my Facebook if you'd like. Anyway, so Tim, we're going to need to go up a little bit.
He just had to fix our plugged-in GoPro because it
Yep.
said low battery.
Yeah.
GoPro
so
almost died.
How
we'll,
weird.
We'll scroll up here in just a
All
minute.
right, here we go.
So, all right, so here we go. We got
Kyle Henderson.
yeah.
Hey, everyone. Hey, Kyle.
And then G. Davis says Dane's chiropractor also doubles as a taxidermist.
That's not a good
I
sign.
would agree. Jim Green says, G. Davis, laughy face, don't think this electro-stimulation will come with a happy ending. Probably not. Christopher Horton says, spinal, yes. What would your go-to pads be for working on a finicky soft black Tesla paint? Typically use hyper polish in the last cut using an LHR 15 Mark III.
Black foam, HDO, black HDO foam, or even sometimes the yellow Rupes foam works really well finishing out on soft.
So
if not, you can bounce down to a white.
So that's where.
Rupes,
So that's
but-
where, you know what? This is actually something I was actually going to talk off of the podcast.
okay.
And bring up.
Go ahead.
Oh.
We need to start stocking the Rupes white foam. I
Okay.
like it too much. I
Okay.
like it too much, and so I want it. So you heard it here first, folks. We will be stocking the Rupes white
There
foam.
you
Here in the next Rupes order.
As you guys can all see, there's Tim. Let's give him a round of applause the next time he walks in. All right, there we go. Hey.
Ricky Cologne says, "Hi guys, joining today from the house on day 4 of the PR lockdown."
Glad you're
Scary.
staying safe, brother. So, for those of you wondering why we're even here with all these other companies locking down, well, one, we are in Idaho. Idaho has been one of the last states to get a
We were in the
confirmed
final
case.
4, actually.
Final 4.
We were the final two.
Yeah.
We lost to
So
West Virginia.
we don't have that many cases in Idaho. We're a very spread out state.
Mm-hmm.
However, the RAG company, even though we are a worldwide global organization,
Yep.
It's just off,
we
I
do
think.
have sales coming in. We have people purchasing products. Technically, we are selling cleaning supplies.
Yeah.
So we have made the moves here at the RAG company. Jeff and Carolyn have really wanted to make sure that, like many companies that are maybe sending their employees home, allowing them to work from home, or some are actually just laying people off.
Yep. It's a bad scene out there.
They really want to make sure
Yep.
that everybody is taken care of here at the RAG company. Not only our customers, but also the employees, because we all have families and things. So here's what we've done. We are social distancing. We have closed the front of the store. So
Yeah.
our little storefront that you've seen us make videos, you probably saw on our live on St. Patrick's Day, we closed the storefront. You can still come to our local, come to our building, pick up a product. If you bought it online and you want to do a local pickup, you can come to the front door or to the side door, actually, and pick up your product.
Drop the money into the mail drop and
Yeah,
just it's
yep.
an exchange of towels through that small slot,
Yep.
one at a time. Sorry, the 16-ounce bottles do not slide through, so we'll have to pour the liquid out through the mail.
It's going to be hard, too, for case quantities. I mean, some of those towels there's about 100 of them, so you're
Yeah.
going to be there for a while. No, we're just trying to limit the amount of people in the building to keep our employees safe. So our employees come in, everybody washes, cleans their hands. Every day we go through random shifts every 2 hours to sanitize and clean, wipe down all surfaces, everything we possibly can. Those of us in our offices are trying to not hang out so much in a group of 5 or 6. We're trying to limit that to about 3. So here's 1, 2, 3. We're sanitizing our offices about every 2 hours. We're going through and wiping down everything, all of our touch points. And same thing with the bathrooms. Everything is just trying to be, we're trying to spread out. We have a lot of square footage here, thankfully. So for our packing team and our employees downstairs, they are also spacing out. We're trying to keep no more than 3 to a room or a packing room. So we've developed new spaces for the employees to work in. And again, continual wipe downs, all that stuff. we provide an essential service in the sense that we've still got people that are working around the country and need our products. We do sell products to hotels, hospitals, janitorial, sanitation companies, as well as the auto detailing industry. So there are a lot of people that are depending on us for their cleaning needs, then we need to be here for them. So we're all trying our best to stay healthy. We have had some employees who maybe just had a cough, maybe have had a sniffle, and we've asked them to stay home.
Yeah.
We've done everything we can. Rebecca, our customer service gal, her daughter is home from school because they did close the schools in Boise for the next 2 weeks. So she hasn't had somebody to help take care. So she has been working from home. We got her login, all that stuff, so she can check and work on her emails and help through customer service while at home. So we are trying to do our best to help the situation as well as help our employees and all of our customers. So here we go. Hans Closen, all the way from the Netherlands. Hello, TRC family. Hope you're all well. Thank you, Hans. Functional Doc. Hey, Anthony. Thank you for drawing of my 2017 Honda Civic. Wash your hands, guys, for 20 seconds and be safe.
I'm sorry about that picture. It was not a great Civic. Not my best work. I think I was on a time crunch that day, so I apologize. Normally, it'd be a little bit nicer than that, but hey, no. Sorry. High-End Auto Detailing Puerto Rico says, Ricky Cologne did not know you, but hi from Caguas, Puerto Rico, Hermano.
Yeah.
And we got Hans Closen says, electrostimulation, isn't that Cali's
called something else
something
on those 18-plus websites? Kirby Thompson, what ratio for the steamer to add O&R? I think you said it was good to use. I have a new one to try. Kirby, 256 to 1. I mean, if you're holding a gallon of water, you're only going to need half an ounce of O&R in that distilled gallon, and then pour that into your steamer.
Yeah. We got low battery. Yes, this happened. We got Ricky saying hello. What's up with the low battery? You got low battery, guys. Needs a charge.
We got it hooked up.
Death says check your battery. We got Vigor says they don't want us to see Morgan. Thomas Kirby starts laughing. We got Alkaline Trio says your battery's depressed. It's feeling low. And then we got G Davis says, I was just watching the PM of the Netherlands on TV announcing to respond to the virus. They were closing all their discos ASAP. My first thought was, oh no, poor Hans Closen.
Yeah, he needs to get out and dance, It's going to be rough for Hans.
Well, Hans, what do you guys typically do there in the Netherlands without the discos? Do you guys just
hang out?
Yeah. Okay.
Philip Death, video stop. What? Doug Harper, how do I get the IK Foam 2 to work with PNS's Brake Buster? Cannot get it to fan out.
Hey, Doug.
Hey, Doug, what's going on, man? So, a couple things. First things first, 10 to 1 ratio of Brake Buster to water in the IK. Make sure that you're only filling up to the full line, the max full line, so you're still leaving room for air. Second, check your foam attachment inside the top. Could be either gray, orange, green, whichever one you're using. There is a small hole on the side of that, a little breather hole. You need to make sure that is not clogged. Clean that out. Check and make sure. That could be a particulate of sand, dirt, anything gets clogged in that, and it doesn't allow for the air to circulate to help do that aeration. Second, on the tip, you unscrew it, there is a little white filter. Check that filter as well. Make sure it is not contaminated or dirty. Then pump that sucker up to max pressure. It has to burp. Then pull the trigger. Then see if it's still spraying in a fan pattern or a single stream. Do all those things. Hans David, G Davis, tough luck. I got my own disco.
Yeah. Vigor Auto Detailing says the other side of the COVID-19 issue should detailers be advertising their services, sanitizing interiors, or not? Some say we shouldn't be, and others say we should be. So,
here's my thing. I always, during cold and flu season, always talked about getting your car cleaned. There are too many people that do drive around with a car that is very filthy. And there are a lot of people who treat their cars like a garbage can. They cough, they sneeze, their kids are in it. Kids are the worst, by the way, in terms of germ transmission. Even if kids aren't susceptible. They're not getting sick, things like that. It's one of those things, especially in the back of cars. I've seen many moms who put their kids in a very, very filthy car, yet when they're out playing on the playground, they're hand sanitizing, washing their hands, doing all that stuff, but then throwing them in a car that hasn't been touched in a year or two, being clean. So I will always side with the fact that detailers should be advertising their services for cleanliness.
Yeah.
If you are operating sanitization services, you need to be prepared properly. You need to have the appropriate personal protection equipment, respirators, gloves, safety glasses, all the things that you need. If you are providing disinfecting services, you need to be licensed, registered, all the things that you need for your state to do that kind of thing. But what I do recommend is people take the time. Detailers need to protect themselves on their cars that they're working on, using the appropriate products with the right dwell times to properly clean surfaces, and the proper use of what they're doing to clean the products and equipment and things that they are using day in, day out on cars. I think about if I was running my shop still during this time period, I was putting out 6 cars a day. I'd have 7 employees. That's a lot of tools that need cleaned at the end of the night. That's a lot of towels that need cleaned, washed, and or disposed of properly. That's a lot of gloves. That's a lot of masks. That's a lot of wiping down of general surfaces that need to be handled. So if you are a detail shop, I agree. Don't try to say you're trying to kill all the bacteria and virus and all that stuff. Talk to customers about keeping their vehicle clean. You're providing a cleaning service so that their car is as clean as it possibly can be. What I would recommend is if you can clean it for them, then they can try and disinfect it on their own, just like their house. So like Anthony, you have wipes. Talk about what you're doing in your car.
Yeah. So this is what I've been doing in my car as well as my wife's car. So basically, if I go to get out of my car and I have to go run into anywhere and go grab something or do an exchange of money or a transaction or pump gas, whatever it is, I just have a little on my little side thing. I just have some wipes. I just pull out a wipe. If I'm grabbing a gas handle at the gas pump, I grab the wipe, put the wipe over the top of that. But basically, when I go to get back inside my car, I'll grab a wipe the bottom of my door handle, wipe the inside of my door handle. If I touched my steering wheel, just kind of hit that really quick, knock out my shifter, my keys, and then my phone. I don't think people realize how many things you're touching in a short period of time.
It's a lot of stuff.
And so you're touching everything. So, and most people don't even think about that or their steering wheel. And it's funny because they'll go and they'll wash their hands or hand sanitize, then they'll touch these things, or they'll touch a shopping cart and then immediately touch their steering wheel and everything else in their car. So, for example, I wake up in the morning, I walk outside, I grab my little leather cleaner. I grab a little towel. I walk over and I clean Katie's steering wheel really quick, and I clean mine because I know she's not doing it, and so because she doesn't think about things like that, so I just clean her steering wheel for her every single day since this has all been going down.
Yeah, last night that's what I did. I got home, I cleaned the steering wheel, shifter, all the door handle grabs, the door grabs, the doors on my wife's car.
Yeah.
Then I went in, I grabbed a Clorox wipe, and I re-wiped all those areas just to help provide a little bit of disinfection to it, to kill and clean that area. And then I grabbed some Woes interior finisher just to spray it down because of the smell of the Clorox wipes.
No.
Clean everything, wipe everything down, and make sure that it looked nice. That's only so that my wife can take my kids somewhere today, if she goes anywhere, at least the car's clean.
Yeah.
And same with my car. So there's a lot of things we just don't think about that maybe we need to be watching. So
all right, moving down here. So we got Race Red says videos frozen. We got it. Everything worked out. And then we have Morgan asking if Tim can put us on a beach. And then we got Rectangle says, can't wait to spend my $1,000 check on towels.
Oh, man.
Obviously, that's where you should be spending it. Vager says, Morgan, you can't be in the chat. Well, she is.
I got kicked
And then
out.
Han says, does Tom from Buff Bright still sell that crazy snake hose? I asked him, but got no response.
Snake hose. I don't know what he's talking about.
know,
The for
Tom-
real?
Yeah, maybe it's
The
the
little
for real.
vacuum attachment?
Jason C says, after doing one step with TLC in an Orange HDO pad, is there any reason not to do a rinseless ONR with a microfiber towel to remove polish residue before applying any protection?
Is there any reason not to do that? Morgan, what do you think? So after polishing,
Yeah.
he's talking about grabbing a towel soaked in O&R
And just wiping off the
and
residue.
wiping off the residue
And then protecting it.
and then protecting it. Is there a reason not to?
You can.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. You
It's-
totally
It
can.
probably wouldn't
what I
take
do.
that long because you're not, trying to get all the dirt off. It's just a quick wipe over, just like you would do with like IPA or something.
Honestly, it's probably the safest way to wipe off polish and compound residue
Absolutely.
is with a damped, wrung out
Mm-hmm.
microfiber
Yeah.
towel that was soaked in O&R.
Yeah.
Not a bad
We
idea.
got Boss Auto Detailing says, are there online tests for IDA certification?
Yes.
Yes. Alkaline Trio says, have you considered a network of hanging swings to get around the building?
Oh, that'd be amazing. It'd be
Like
so
Tarzan.
fast, quick.
It would be
Just
quick,
comes by,
convenient.
you
Yeah.
just
You don't even have to touch the ground.
No, you just snap in and it just pulls you along on a cable, drops you down into the warehouse.
Just
Yo,
zip lining.
And we'll clean the leather probably once a day on those swings
be
just to
leather?
get them. Yes, Morgan, that's the strongest swing material.
Well, they could be
How do
just
you know?
metal.
It could be metal, right?
You
It
go
could
to
be
the
metal.
fair, like some of those swings from the
Kind of
fair.
uncomfortable,
Those are
but
scary.
that works.
Spin around.
Or like a maybe like a different type of textile, like a mesh swing, breathable material.
we don't
just
have any extra.
Depends on how long we're in there for.
Yeah.
We got Stack and Ollie says, haven't heard much about Beadmaker lately.
It's
I think-
available.
I
We
think-
sell more of it than anybody
Mm.
else in
I
the
think
world. at this point,
Beadmaker
I think.
is just it is a thing now. Whereas I think
I think
for
it's
the
part of
first,
I think it's
I think it's part
the,
of
lexicon.
living.
It's like
Yeah.
talking about how much you love oxygen.
Yeah, I
Like
think
you never
that,
really talk about it, but
Yeah.
I think that it just becomes such a staple now, and so many detailers' regimens or just so many people's lineup now, to where I think that people have just accepted it literally as its own thing, like
Oh,
car
we,
soap.
We still
Like,
sell
it's-
so much. It's not
like,
even funny.
Beadmaker will always exist because it just and like I said, I think the first couple years of all of the talk, all of the hype train, as people call it, was people accepting it or needing to learn to accept it.
Yeah.
And because it's not going anywhere and it's sticking around, and then people falling in love with it. Obviously, I think that my favorite is when I jump onto Facebook and I see somebody on the like I don't know, the Auto Detailing 101 or whatever group it is, right? And then it says, what are your guys' thoughts on this product right here? Just saw some reviews and just wonder if it's worth the hype. And then they post a picture of Beadmaker, and I say, oh, you must be new here.
Yep.
I'm like, welcome to 2018. We're going to give you a rundown of Beadmaker here. And then it's just so funny because you got people in the comments, it doesn't live up to the hype. My favorite is, it only lasts like a month. Not worth it in my opinion. And I'm like, dude, it's the same argument that people always have until the end of time. But it's like, you know what? Whatever, man. Just let it roll out because it just brings more attention to Beadmaker. And then the people that do try it, I would say literally 85% of people love it and use it every
Yeah.
single day. I would say you got 5% are hardcore haters, and you got 10% of people that have it but don't like to admit that they
Yeah.
like to use it. And that's fine.
Yep.
So anyway, we got
Morgan,
G.
you want
Davis.
to read some of these?
I will. So let's move on to the next one. So we got G Davis here. Hans goes old school, VCR and chill. Very nice.
Nice.
Vigor says, Morgan, what do I need to do to get a free sticker?
You pay for it. You pay for it like everybody else.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no free handouts.
I don't think they're doing
remember?
free handouts. I
No
don't
free
think it's happening.
handouts.
Morgan Savage, she
Yep.
she invested money into those
She did.
stickers, and she's expecting.
So
There's some
how do
people-
how do they get a hold of them?
How do they get a hold of them?
Of one of those stickers? What do
well,
they got to do?
Well, I'm not gonna give away anything. You gotta check out my Instagram.
Okay, there's
and
like a
you'll-
link there.
You'll find
story
details
post.
on the story post, which gives clear instructions.
Perfect. There you go.
So-
Check them out.
Doug
they're-
Harper says, "Will do."
Thanks.
Sorry, Morgan. Luke
It's
Berge.
fine. I wasn't even caring about talking.
Oh, sorry. Take over, Luke
So-
Berge.
Luke Berge. For anyone wondering, crystal sealant in a foam cannon works freaking awesome on paint, but never try it on a stainless steel semi-trailer. That was a long 3 a.m. job. R.I.P. Luke.
A lot of work. A lot of work.
Well, what's funny is when Luke actually was asking about the whole foam and crystal sealant, He
Yeah,
said,
he
he
was
said, he said,
tag
he
teaming
said,
you
hey,
and me.
he said, hey, I'm going to use this on a trailer. I said, yeah, dude, go for it. You can use this dilution. Just let it rip. You can rinse it. You can dry it in. Whatever you want to do. Right. Never said anywhere in there that it was stainless steel. Right.
Nope.
And
Didn't
I would
tell me that either.
Yeah, and I'm like,
But he goes, here's what he did. He goes, if I just foam
that's
it
like
on.
the biggest thing to
he
not
goes,
leave out.
He goes, I'm going to foam it on. Do I need to rinse it off? And I said, no, you can dry it in. He's like, well, Anthony says I need to rinse it. Sends me a picture where you say
no.
you can rinse it off or you can just dry it in.
Yeah.
And then I said, well, what do you, like, on a cart, you can just dry it in if you want. And he's like,
no, he's not doing
and then
a
he
car.
goes,
He's doing a
it's
trailer.
a semi-trailer. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, Lord, yeah, you're
So
going
you
to need
have
to
to
rinse
think,
that.
Yeah, so if you have to think about it, if he let that soak on there, the time it would have taken him to dry that by
Yep.
hand, I'm like, no freaking way, dude. You'd have to rinse that thing
Mhm.
off. So, Luke, I would say that just use better judgment next time of the job that you're taking on. Jacob Terry says, hey, Levi, what was your elevator pitch when you said you had your detailing business?
My elevator pitch.
Yeah, you're in an elevator. You got the music. You see a cute girl next to you, and she's just like, "So, what
What's
do
your
you do?
deal,
Yeah, what's
dude?"
your deal?" And you're like,
Well,
"I'm a
I didn't
detailer."
have that. I had an answer the phone where I'd go, Hawks Detail Masters of Shine. This is Levi. What can I do for you?
Yeah.
And then they say, oh, hey, I'm calling about getting a detail. I said,
People
okay.
still call you.
No,
what kind
this
of
day.
what are you looking to get done? Are you looking to
Yeah.
get the inside done? You looking to get the inside outside done? What do you need done on the vehicle? And they'd say, well, I need to get it washed. I want to get it polished, or I need to get an interior, or I just need to
Just
schedule
a
an appointment
quick wipe down.
for an interior detail. Never had a quick wipe out.
Oh, that's
Always
good.
had an interior. Then I'd give them a price based on size, usually plus or minus $100. So it'd be $150, and it would either be like $150 to $250 depending on the size of the vehicle, condition, dog hair, things like that. And they go, oh, all right, cool, sounds good. I'd also offer, I'd say, just so you know, we do have a free loaner car available that we give you for the day. I ask that you drop the vehicle off. We have appointments at this time from 8 to, drop it off by 9 a.m., pick it up by 4. We close at 5 p.m., so I like you to come back in that time. They say, all right, perfect, wonderful. Then usually when they got in, I'd get them scheduled. We'd look at the car.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time, my customers knew what they were getting.
Yeah.
They usually check me out on my website, saw my Facebook. I would build packages and have them on my site so they could at least see, hey, how much I'm looking at this Master of Shine package. What does that entail? I see what it entails. What's the price on that? I said, what kind of vehicle do you have? They'd say that. I go, that goes anywhere from $350 to $500. And they go, oh, man, that's a lot of money. Or they go, perfect. And
Yeah.
I'd say, just so you know, we also offer that rental car.
Mm-hmm.
The loaner car was probably the greatest thing I ever had
Yeah.
because it got people off the fence, especially if someone said, you're the most expensive shop in town. I've called 5 other detailers and you are the most expensive. I said, none of those detailers, one, at the time, were IDA certified or IDA members of the International Detailing Association.
Correct.
Third, do any of them have a free loaner car available? And they say, no. Okay.
There you go.
And they usually would sign up
Wow.
right then and there.
Amazing.
So
Get
kind
yourself
of a
a
quick
loaner
little
car.
thing, but a loaner car really helped seal the deal on a
Yeah.
lot of those. But I would throw that in that it was free.
Yeah,
know.
get yourself
Something
a
fast,
$1,500
though, like an
$1,500
Elantra.
Honda
Nope,
Civic.
it was
or
a Tahoe and a Suburban.
yeah.
Oh,
Here we go. We got Luke Berge says, I'm actually kind of thankful for this virus. I'm getting to work 15 hours of overtime too soon, Luke. Functional Doc says, are you sold out on silver impregnated towels? We
As
are.
far as I
Yeah,
know,
I
we
think
are
we
sold
are.
out on 1616s.
We
on
might
the
have 12 by
12s.
We might have 12
We still have some left.
we do have some more coming in
We
stock.
do have another reorder coming, but it's not very big because a lot of people jumped on some of these and they're kind of rationing them. So we do have silver infused. Now, silver infused does not kill viruses. It kills bacteria. It's an antibacterial
Correct.
in the towel. So use a disinfectant. Use that towel to then clean the surface and then wash that towel.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're not going to go wrong with using a silver infused
Great
towel.
towel. It's a
Like I
great
said,
towel.
it
Probably the
with,
best
with
option.
with water alone, it kicks some serious butt. I mean, we do have all the test results on the silver infused website.
Yep.
So if you go there or on the listing,
Because it removes a ton of stuff.
Yeah, it removes E.
kills a
coli,
lot of
removes
different
different bacterias and things like that. But again, viruses are a little bit of a different thing. So here we go. We got Vigor saying Luke. We got Yoshi says, why not just wear gloves when pumping gas?
True, you could do that as well if you'd like. Just
Yeah,
get yourself
you
some
could.
gloves.
Yeah. I mean, I think I got a couple cases of nitrile gloves I can throw on.
I bought a pack, put some in a little Ziploc bag,
Yeah.
and put them in the center in the jockey box for my wife.
Yeah.
So
No.
she had some gloves just in case she needed some.
So you can totally do that, but keep in mind though, right? Here's the problem with that. You're parked, right? You put your gloves on, right? You open up your door, you touch the gas thing, right? So at that point, are you taking the gloves off immediately after the gas handle? Are you getting back inside your car
Or are you standing out there?
using the same glove that you just used to touch? You know what I'm saying? Like you really got to retrace your thought
They do
on
have free towels available pretty much next to all
Well, I wouldn't.
gas pumps.
Those are you have to pay for those, Morgan. Yeah.
Well, you just pull them out of the dispenser.
You just pull them out of the trash. Okay, so if you get what I'm trying to say, and then we got Too Soon, Vigor saying so true, and we got Luke says, hey, I got to make that money for more Wowos. True. Hans Closen says most stores are empty, schools closed, company tell people to work from home if they can. Traffic is no longer there from Monday on my daily route, and the companies have gloves or lines on the floor to keep distances. Customers stay home a lot. Business is slow right now.
Yep.
Yep.
Luke Burry says, AutoZone is considered essential, so we ain't getting closed. And then Hans Closen says, bars and restaurants closed a lot as also. And then Luke says, remind me again, when's the DD event?
Luke,
it's
we
not.
canceled that.
Yeah, it won't be happening.
So we had a long talk with Phil at Detailer's Domain. New Jersey and New York is possibly going to be going into lockdown on Monday. And so we're not really sure, especially with the way New Jersey is so close. New Jersey was talking about it. So Phil decided just based on potential future, we don't know how long this is going to go. And so for the time being, we're canceling. So, we want to try and keep everybody healthy, and it wasn't going to be till the end of July, but this way it allows us to, plan ahead and figure out what we need to do. Worst case scenario would be like, hey, we're now ready to rock and roll, and it's like 2 weeks till the Detailer's Domain event.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to trust flying across the country for that. So,
True.
and we all just want to be safe.
Yeah.
So we'll do it again next year, and or maybe, who knows, maybe we figure it out later in the year. But we just want to make sure everybody stays healthy, and if we don't have to do this, we don't need to. So, Martin, what's your favorite product or technique to clean Alcantara steering wheel? Honestly, dude, O&R or Wowo's interior finisher, and just clean it with a towel. Microfiber. You can also sand it to get those
Interior
little balls.
cleaner?
Yeah, and you can
Interior cleaner, yeah.
You can use the interior cleaner. Typically, like and this is the thing, according to Alcantara, specifically the brand, the website.
And Alcantara is just microfiber.
Yeah, it is. But Alcantara is a
It's
brand.
a brand
is
of
what it is.
microfiber.
And so basically, it says that to use it with a terry towel to clean it with just a terry towel and water.
Yeah, you don't
right?
want to use a long plush towel.
Now, after talking with the ColorLock boys who have had more experience with Alcantara than any of us, their brush that they have, their ColorLock specific brush, is safe on Alcantara. So you can use that to agitate and brush the fibers safely. And so you can use it again with one of their cleaners. They have their mild cleaner that I believe you can use. But yeah, like for Levi said, a little bit of O&R, and you take a little bit of one of those brushes just to brush the fibers and follow up with a towel, then rebrush the fibers just to relay them, and you're good to go.
Yep.
Alkaline Trio says they sell Bead Maker at Advanced Auto Parts nowadays.
Nice.
They do. That is true.
So nice.
And Yoshi is, yep, that is true. Hans Closen says, the Crazy Snake Hose is a hose he had on the website. They can be pulled out till, I think it was 10 feet, and pushed back into 1 feet.
I'll have to check that out. Yoshi says he'll have to check that out. And then what do you think of all people having dusting issues with Bead Maker? So here's the deal. Morgan, do you have a problem with dusting on Bead Maker?
No.
Anthony, do you have a problem with dusting a bead maker?
I don't know.
So I think a lot of people seem to misunderstand.
Oh man.
Oh,
What?
look at him
Coming
standing up straight.
into
What? Hold on, that's way too
Dang.
early.
Dane.
You
Not-
said your
not
appointment
only-
was at this time.
Keeping track.
Not only did that Chinese chiropractor adjust you, but also made you faster.
Yeah, quick. He's like a lightning bug.
Oh,
Okay,
he
so it
says it
still
still hurts. Okay.
Basically, what were we talking about?
this
Oh,
thing
dusting,
is
bead maker.
breaking.
So bead maker can be during the curing process, if left outside while it's curing, can be attracted to certain particles. But if you put it in a garage during that curing phase and you don't have it open to the elements, you'll be able to get a lot. You won't have that dusting feature. I think what happened was a lot of people during pollen season started using a lot of bead maker and pollen all over their cars. They weren't leaving them in the garage. So they assume, like a placebo effect, oh, there's pollen all over my stuff.
Yeah, it could be.
I must
Like,
be because of the
I've-
bead maker.
I've
Because now they're
tried-
looking at how shiny their car is.
Yeah, I've tried to figure this out. I don't know how many different times, and so there have been days, right, where I washed my car, right, and then a dust storm came through, right, literally a dust storm, and I walked out and I said, "Oh, my car is dusty," and it was wearing bead maker, right, and I had just put bead maker on, and so I said, "Okay, well, are the other cars dusty?" I looked everywhere else. Yes, the other cars are dusty, right? So I just said, "Okay, so a dust storm rolled through. That's what happened." Some people say it attracts dust. Well, according to the chemist, if you actually go back and listen to Dave,
No, Dane, you've missed protocol.
yeah.
Oh, you mean the
2319?
protocol I wasn't here for? Didn't hear
2319.
anybody explain.
Yep.
Cool.
You
Okay.
You grabbed your headphones before you.
Yes,
wiped
and I
your
washed my
hands.
hands before
No,
I came in.
you gotta show us. that
It
you
wasn't on
disinfected.
camera, so we can't actually verify it.
Oh my.
Your mom is making sure that we are staying true to
you
form.
were in
soggy. You like that?
you were in a foreign office just moments ago.
Yeah.
So
You haven't been here all day,
so anyway, but going back to what I'm saying,
but I'm glad to have you here, bro.
if you go back and listen to the
I
bead
did
maker
wipe
talk,
down this,
There's a
so
little
this is
bit
all
of
sterile and
hostility.
clean.
just listen.
Yeah.
If you go
Just
back and
listen.
listen to Dave Phillips,
Yeah.
Dave Phillips says that actually bead maker is anti-static and shouldn't be attracting dust.
Yeah, it
He
shouldn't.
said though that the anti-static properties only kick in once the monomers have completely flipped over,
They have
right?
to fully cure.
to create a new surface level,
Yep.
right? And basically, at that point, I think if it's within its cure time, it would attract dust. But after that, it is anti-static. So I would say any dusting issue would probably just fall into a weird cure time in that time, or maybe that's pollen season, or who knows.
Yep.
All right, so getting into this, down a little further, where the heck are we at? Oh, Alkaline Trio says, you named yours the Crazy Steak at Hans. And then Dan Pfeiffer says, digging the OG shirt, Anthony, maybe you're right after all. So, Dan, you would know that I have probably worn
Many
and,
OG shirts.
I have several OG shirts, and I've been wearing them for probably, a little over almost 2 years now. Oh well, it's okay. CJ Burns 27 says, if you don't like dogs or bead maker, I can't trust you.
That's true.
And if you bead maker dogs, I don't like you, says Alkaline Trio.
G. Davis says, I saw that all day Anthony stickers are available. Are shirts up next? I'd buy one, but my brother's name is Anthony, and I don't really care for him.
That's too
So,
funny.
G. Davis, you could
Ooh.
actually go to the All Day Anthony website
Can you? Yeah.
and buy stickers
Oh.
and T-shirts. Have you heard about
The
that?
website.
So,
Didn't he
so-
have a-
I didn't know he made a website.
Well,
No,
I think it's
it's
on
not
his
a
YouTube
website.
page. I think you have to go to the YouTube page. There's like a link to buy
Yeah.
merch.
yeah. So I actually tried to buy a shirt from him once.
You were wearing it yesterday. I saw it.
Yeah. So he had a Teespring that he launched, right?
Oh, what
When-
didn't last?
No, Teespring just makes horribly crappy products. Never buy any shirt off of Teespring.
Okay.
You will be buying literally the worst fitting things you'll ever
Well,
have, right?
you know why that is, right?
But I thought you said that he uses the same type of shirts and stuff that we use.
No, yeah, I looked and definitely
They weren't 60
wasn't.
40 next level CVCCs.
Oh no, they were next level, but they were a thinner version of next level,
Oh.
which just don't seem right. It's a very
seem right.
heathered version. So I didn't want to order them from that, so I actually ended up buying one of them from him personally.
Oh, okay. That's
He
cool.
is down to selling stickers from his
just stickers.
Instagram page.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you
it's
can go.
it's an IG store.
So
is
you
what
can
it
go
is.
to All Day Anthony's IG store, pick up some stickers if you'd like.
Yeah, that's
Give
enough
those
of
to your
that.
brother. He might like them. And he can be called All Day
Gorilla
Anthony.
Jeebus says, I recently used Ferrix on my Alpha's paint and agitated it with the wheel and body brush and it left some swirls. Car was washed with O&R before. Is the Alpha paint just too soft? Stay safe and healthy.
Is it a modern one, like a
No,
4C, Stelvio, or Giulia, or
Dude,
is it an older one?
I
There we go.
honestly just
All right. Have fun with that.
Super Biscione or something?
Well, no, I just honestly think that Ferrix, it could soften the paint, maybe. Who knows? But
It's too hard to say.
but
We don't
it-
know what
but-
you're talking.
But he's also taken the wheel and body brush, who we don't know how deconned that brush was. Typically,
Yeah.
it's safe, but there could be variables in there. But if it did happen, that sucks. But
If you're pressing too hard, you could
I
be
would
marring
say-
more. There's a lot of different variables that we're not really sure. I'm sorry that happened to you, but most likely the paint is soft. You probably pushed a little too hard when you were agitating.
yeah.
Sometimes you don't need to do that so much on a car like that. If it was heavy contamination, and I mean your car was purple,
Basically, I wouldn't do the Ferrix in a brush
Yeah.
unless I was polishing, though.
yeah, I would never go that far unless I knew I was going to be doing a secondary step. It's
Sorry.
kind of like claying. I wouldn't clay
Unless you knew you
like
were going to
hard
polish.
clay
Yeah.
unless I knew I was going to polish, because a hard clay will always.
But like a clay and
There.
wax with like the Ultra Clay Mid
Yeah,
and
with a
Optimum
lot of
Car Wax.
lubricant.
Yeah, that's totally great.
Yeah,
Jason C says, glad I ordered 2 cases of the Silver Infuse when I did.
there you go.
So that's where all of them went.
Yeah, no, there's yeah, they
JW
disappear
9700. What
quickly.
is the best way to remove very strong trim adhesive from the side door panels? I had to remove some Dording trim from my Pathfinder.
Oh, you know what also had Dording trim? The Montero had Dording trim.
Go
and
look
that
back at the
was-
video where I'm like, I'm not sure what this was, and then Anthony
Yeah.
is like, this was for people who were worried about door dings. And then we look at the car and we're like, does this look like the car of someone who would be worried about door dings?
No, it was not
So,
good.
lacquer thinner,
Yeah.
honestly,
Oh, yeah.
works the best for that.
Wow, I've never heard Levi say that
Han
before.
says, can I put wheel acid in the IK Pro 12? Yes, technically.
Diluted, yes.
Diluted.
It is acid safe if you can. You can just are you trying to foam it or what's your plan? Because I mean like wheel acid doesn't foam like beautifully.
I probably wouldn't recommend foaming wheel acid either.
Well,
'cause I
That
don't,
just
well,
randomly
no,
floating
no,
particles,
'cause
not really
here's-
something you want.
Because I
issue.
did foam
You can,
McGuire's wheel brightener, right? Not great, because here's what happened. The second that got into the air and you breathe it in, you choke immediately. So you definitely need to be wearing some type of respiratory.
it's the stuff you can't see that's way worse
Yeah.
going on in your,
If we can scroll down a little bit, Tim. Oh, Levi's cracking open number 3.
number 2.
Number 2.
do. Actually, you know what, Morgan, could I please have one of those?
Or there's
Of
a do in there as
course.
well, Dane, if you'd like to
Would
do
you
it.
like a diet?
I would.
I actually would like to take a minute in here to talk about Dane's chiropractic adjustment. So, Dane, what did they end up saying was wrong with your
So
back?
what's this? They get you
Crack
the
that
stim
open.
machine. They stuck it on your back.
That was
little
the
pads.
last part. That was more of
Oh,
a,
just
do
a
you
little
have...
loosen up?
He basically asked me after the regular adjustment.
Do
First,
you
was
like it rough? Is that what he asked
First,
you?
it was an evaluation. So he was just checking, like, okay, tell me what's wrong. Go through the usual thing. It was a dull pain. So it wasn't like a sharp stinging. It wasn't like crazy nerve stuff. It was literally like I felt I was locked out from accessing a certain part of my spine.
yeah.
I was
Spinal.
effectively blocked
Spinal.
out from standing upright. Because if I did
Spinal.
that, that's where there was like this pain wall of just like, nope, not going that far. So I ended up walking around hunched over like I was a hunchback
You
for
did.
the better part of yesterday.
We talked about how you were Gandalf.
I
in
thought you were
around
just
the-
being silly.
No, they thought I was being funny, and I'm like, no, I literally, if I
Dane,
try and
it's not
sit
funny
upright,
to make fun of old
Especially
all I
when he
can
was
do is
crying
just
and
stick
we
my
were
gut
laughing
out,
at
and it's
him.
just
Yeah.
He was
embarrassing
like,
and
"I'm in
awkward.
so much pain."
So
we were like, Dane, you're joking.
no, it was serious. Like standing upright was the single worst thing I could have done. So this morning I woke up a little bit better, just a little bit. I've been using icy hot packs and stuff and ibuprofen.
Did you
But
have Liz give you a massage?
yeah, a little bit.
Have her
shoulders,
walk on
but
your bitch.
not-
Walk on your back.
Well,
shiatsu.
no. I
She didn't
don't
walk
think
on
we're
your-
to the fun half yet.
Well,
so.
I'm just saying, like, you could have laid on the carpet, and she could have walked on your back and helped even it all out.
On one hand, I would have been
She's
okay
not
with
one of
that. On
those
the other hand, like I didn't ask for that, so I wasn't really,
Okay.
getting that. But
So
the
what's
point
next
being,
on the question?
yeah, please. The point being, I feel better after the adjustment. The electric stim
Excellent.
thing was basically just to kind
I
of
have
loosen
one of those
stuff
machines.
So yeah, it
Did
was
it, like,
basically
had a
attach,
friend-
like, was it
We
like
had a
jumper
friend who
cables
was a. I have
on
a
your
friend who's
ears?
a chiropractor. Had a friend who is a chiropractor. He gave us one of them.
Oh,
Just
wow.
gave it to
Wow.
us. Said, "Here you go, play with it. It's Tim's device."
I was gonna say, are you sure it's the same one? Because this one was like a whole contraption, like big. Not
This is the
Do you wear it,
Tens
or is
device
it
that he
like
would loan out to people. He just gave it to us.
Oh, jeez.
You can crank that bad boy up.
That's nice.
Tell you
Yeah,
what.
no, I
I'll
let him
bring it
turn
in.
up
You
pretty
could, we
far.
could crank it on for you.
He just said if you get spasms, it's gone too far, and I'm like, well, I'll just let it keep going until
did they
I
end
find
up
it.
yanking on one of your legs to kind of get you?
Straighten you
Oh,
out.
it just went through the whole thing. All that, like, they have a procedure that
That
they do
sounds
for
so
setting
nice.
you
I
and
think we
stuff.
all need to do
Did
that.
they take your leg and smash it on a thing?
Well,
What?
this is not detail. I feel bad for these guys.
No.
asking
That's
these
detailing related.
questions.
No,
No,
this
no,
is
this is
about
detailing for your
personal,
body.
personal health and safety.
So
right
here's
here.
the deal, Dane. Every one of these people that's in here that's detailed, right? They know what it's like to bend over a car with a polisher with bad posture, right? Or
They
to
know what
lay
it's
in-
like to
or
throw out your back.
or to
Yeah.
lay in weird angles, right? Or to wake up the next morning with a stiff neck and that you can't
Yeah.
turn your neck, right?
Yep.
And some of these guys might be scared to go to a chiropractor. Why
Honestly,
would they not be scared? That's why we're talking
Okay,
about this.
So, don't be scared. As long as you find somebody who's reputable and you can find some referrals or something, testimonials, goes a long way. This guy, he's been working on my back since I was a school athlete. So this goes way back to when I was a soccer player and stuff. Obviously not really in shape anymore. But the point remains, I haven't seen him or gone to his office in like 12 years.
Oh, my gosh.
He still remembered me, and he was super
Dang.
excited I came by. He's just like, hey, how's it going? Naturally, the first thing he commented on was, nice car. But it's like, okay.
Oh,
But yeah,
man.
so the Jag strikes
He
again.
saw the truck. He saw the Mazda. and was like,
Yeah, right?
Nice
Right.
car.
nice. He's treating
So-
you right. I see your parents taking care of you.
If only I'd had the Montero for that. Any rate, so the thing with that basically was he did the normal procedure of setting after he figured out, looking at what the issue was. Okay, how can you not move? Let me test different things. Does this cause pain? Does
Did he
this
measure
cause
your
pain?
legs to see which one was shorter?
I thought we were helping people
I had a
here.
chiropractor that
No,
did
they
that.
do that.
my
They do that.
They
Dane.
literally go and they're like, okay, 1 inch on the left, okay, and then they.
I
like,
knew a guy that.
Oh, no,
yank on your
I've
leg
heard
and
of
pull
that.
it out.
I've
so
heard
they're
of
I knew a
matched.
guy that got an adjustment and came out 2 inches taller.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've been trying to tell Morgan, and like,
posture is an incredible thing.
I don't need to get
yeah.
any taller.
oh well,
No.
not you.
Okay, so point is, goes through a set procedure where basically you're laid on your back, your stomach, you basically run through the whole rigmarole of like, okay, curl up this leg, okay, crunch down, there's a pop, then you do the other
Crunch
thing,
it
same
down.
side,
I
and then you're
want that.
twisting your torso, then there's
Did
a
you
pop.
do the pasta joke where you put a thing in your mouth and then he was like, "Oh my god!"
You cracked it.
I don't even know that one.
So, Dane, was there a pop every time he adjusted you? for you?
There was 2 missed, and then he's like, hold on, let me try that again, and then got it. And it's basically like a breathing exercise while he's doing it. So breathe in as deeply as possible, and then as he's compressing you, you're
Man, I would have
breathing
loved to
out.
have been in that room.
So
with
I
him.
that's
wanna
when you
do
get
that.
recorded
It's
that.
it's nice because once you get pop, it's like, oh wow, there's that mobility I totally just forgot about because I
God,
hadn't
I'm
had
gonna
it for a
make an
while.
So
appointment.
here's the-
Made
I
a
wanna
difference.
do
So
that.
There's
Dane,
a place
I can-
called the Joint
this
down the
morning-
street. It's
Yeah.
a walk-in place.
This
Then you
morning
just show up.
before
Just show up,
Oh,
pay like
man.
$25, and they'll crack you.
Shut
Before I
up.
showed up this morning, I could not be sitting upright like this. I would have to be lurched over. I could not stand upright. I could not walk without basically looking super awkward, sticking my gut out at best, and being
I would
like
love to have seen
humped
that as
over.
well.
It was not good. So after this, it basically loosened a lot of the issues there. And he said, now it may migrate back a little bit over the course of the day, but just come
Pump
back
a
on
little
Monday.
icy hot in there.
Come back on Monday. I'll be using the icy hot packs at home and stuff just to keep it going.
You know, your mom has an ice pack here that she brought.
yeah, no,
that
I
we've
have one
had.
at home.
No,
It's-
I'm just saying for office use.
I appreciate that.
It's an icy pack.
So yeah. Any rate, basically, I just want to cut this one short, so I'm not torturing all the detailers with detailing questions. The point is, don't be afraid to go and get a chiropractic appointment done. You can do it once, and if you decide you didn't like it, fine. You don't
We
have to
should
go
do a
back.
group
You
buy.
can do something else. But I would really recommend it because you might be surprised at just how much you feel limber
Youthful you
afterwards.
feel.
It kind of wakes up your whole body, and like, oh wow, I can actually move. Whereas
Yeah.
before I was really limited, Tin Man style,
Well,
just like
it's funny that you say that, right? So here's the deal. Dane is probably the most flexible person I know.
Yeah, people
Oh.
don't expect that.
So
Yeah.
like
His legs
it
go all
is
the way back.
freakishly flexible. So like I've never seen a guy that can cross his legs and put his leg into his other
While
leg
in an airplane seat.
while in an airplane seat, right? So and he showed me one time.
Yeah, for
you
some
literally
reason,
picked your
despite
leg
not
up.
playing soccer for a long time, I can still do that
You
stuff.
picked your leg
Or at
up
least get
all the
close.
way to your face that
Yeah.
one time.
I'm not looking to challenge anybody here right now, but
But it was amazing.
It was
'cause-
freaky,
'cause-
but it was
yeah,
also
'cause
amazing.
It's almost like, Dane, did you dislocate your leg to be able to do that? And he says, no,
I've just
I've
always
always had
done this.
this.
it's just stretching. You
Wow.
just
Got-
stretch,
he's got
and
them-
your body accepts a certain range of motion. Some people are more flexible than others.
That's one thing Dane does do, is stretch.
Yeah.
I am a large man, but I can still stretch.
All right, here we go. So Luke Berge says, can I FOMO and arm myself? Luke, please stop. Ricky Cologne says, Gorilla Jeebus, you agitated Ferrex on the paint or on the wheels, which Alpha, the paint on mine is not soft, but also I never agitate iron removers on paint. And then Luke says, missed the beginning. Where's Dane? Dane's here. Gorilla Jeebus says, on paint 2017, Alpha Julia.
Quadrifolio.
So,
Very nice.
yeah, probably a little overkill for that new of a car.
Ricky says that may be your problem. I wouldn't have agitated on the paint.
Nate said so about a
And so about
2018. Julia.
Then High End says, any suggestions on which cable I can buy to upgrade my Mark II Rupes to a 30-foot cable? Honestly, dude, I just get a hold of UM distributors and see if you can get a cable ordered from Rupes
Yeah.
straight. Junior, hi everyone. Hello. Matt Gibb, hey there guys. I've always wiped off polish with a damp towel with O&R on it. I am not a fan of dry wiping polish off. Congrats on the new car too, by the way, Matt.
Oh, yeah.
I saw the pictures. Looks gorgeous.
Great
G.
job.
Davis, Dane, I'm sending the Mexico visit gift package your way. I got you a crushed velvet sombrero
Oh, boy.
and matching poncho with nipple holes cut out per your request. G, we want to thank you for
That
that.
won't be
Appreciate it.
necessary.
Dane will be wearing it, and we
Will
will
be
take pictures. It's
necessary.
going to be good, awesome.
That
Vigor,
was the most visual thing. Like, I'm visualizing it on Dane as he.
None of us
Why?
asked for
Why are
this.
you doing that?
It just I couldn't
I'm
help
sorry
it.
for
Poor
existing.
Dane. Poor Dane. I
Vigor
know,
says,
you guys
"Dane,
make
I love you." Matt Gibbs, some people are really addicted to foaming it with every product. My God, I even got O&R to foam somewhat by spraying it on a damp Surburf pad, point blank, then wiping with it. Jamie the cleaner just got the Volvo's interior cleaner after going through a bottle of PNS's IC. Is there any big or small difference between the two? I'm assuming interior cleaner.
Yeah.
Jamie, we like interior cleaner. We think it foams a little bit better, and
I think that
wipes a little better.
yeah, I think that interior
Like if you just left it.
interior cleaner is, how do I say this, more streak free than maybe Express would be. Express has a little bit of a thicker viscosity, whereas
Express feels almost more soapy, effectively.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whereas-
In the Montero video, you see
I mean, we
use
love
it.
them both. I mean, they're
that's why we
both
carry 'em.
fantastic, and they're both just meant to leave a clean surface.
Yeah.
But I also like the smell of Woe's interior cleaner more. I'm just a little biased there, but don't get me wrong. We love Express interior cleaner.
It just smells clean.
David C says, Dane, use a leave. It's magic.
I have not used a leave, just ibuprofen and Tylenol.
G.
But,
Davis says, Dane, you
Hey.
need a foam roller and a nimble Asian woman to walk on your back.
I mean, I'm not disagreeing.
Matt Gibb agrees and says, yes, G. Davis. Christopher Horton Anthony, where have you been buying the white Roops pads? I feel like all the other online Roop distributors are on the East Coast.
So
Yeah,
mine
we
came.
can just
so
buy them.
mine came with. I had like when I bought my kit, right? I got them with my kit, and then also we've had so many trainings here with Rupes and Dylan coming over
We have
that
a
we've
bunch
had
of white
had
pads.
extras around.
Yeah.
So we just grab them and just use them when we need them. But like I said, I would really like to start carrying them because they have been the pad that has gotten me out of a sticky situation several times. With just changing my pad, and I really think it's a fantastic and durable pad. Ricky says it's still a TENS device. The one in the Kairos office are beefier, but we used the portable TENS a lot for recovery after hard training or races when
That
I
makes
raced
sense.
road bicycles.
Yeah. Basically, it's just like the little sticky pads, and they attach the electrodes with the wires and stuff from the machine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Functional Doc, I'm a chiropractor with 35 years in practice.
Hence
Is
the
this
name
actually,
Functional Doc.
Is this
That's
actually
awesome.
a thing? Is it? That's
Yeah.
amazing.
That's
Jamie
great.
the Cleaner recently went through a pretty bad ulcer because of a leave and because powder-only Tylenol for me from this point out, so can't recommend, lol.
Well,
So
if
Jamie
anybody-
the Cleaner, you're right. So I also had a 6-pill-a-day habit of ibuprofen before I
Ooh.
stopped detailing
Oof.
because of how much pain I was in every day. I also then switched to a straight-up arthritis medicine, which caused a bunch of liver damage,
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that'll,
which I had
that'll
to
happen.
stop.
Yeah.
So I am. I still have the arthritis medication if needed. This week, however, I have been very sore, mostly because of the change in the weather.
Yeah, that'll do it.
The
Liz has
barometric
the same
pressure,
thing. Yeah.
Hurts, and so I've noticed that I've been much more sore for that, but not like muscle aches or anything like that. Just I cramp up at night.
We've had
Yeah.
weird topsy-turvy weather recently too.
So-
Anybody who's, halfway concerned about me for any liver stuff or anything like that, just know I don't take Tylenol or Lever ibuprofen or any of that
Dane
stuff
just
hardly
drinks whiskey.
ever. I literally just kind of stiff
whiskey.
upper lip it, just go through it,
Take a
whatever.
couple shots.
I only take it if it's something really severe, and I rarely have anything that causes me to go, I need to take something. And even then, like,
Do you
I
ever
try
f-
and avoid any of the heavy pain medication, anything like
Do you ever
that.
Well,
forget
when you
that,
use
like,
heroin, it just goes
Okay,
away.
well,
you know what I'm
geez.
saying?
It's not
Okay.
recommended.
Oh,
Don't
okay.
do that.
Sorry, Dave.
So what I'm saying, do you ever like just forget that taking pills is a thing?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Because like, for example, like,
Well, I
Kate,
Well,
take
there
one
is an
every day.
exception
Like,
to the rule. I
well-
take a heartburn pill every morning.
So my
So-
my
And I
wife,
take a
right?
thyroid
If she
pill.
gets a headache, right, it's immediate ibuprofen or whatever it is. If she gets a migraine, it's her migraine medicine or whatever it is, right? She'll
Oh.
immediately grab the first thing
See,
she sees to make
I
herself
feel those
better.
things. I don't get anything. I literally go, okay, time to wait this out, I guess.
Wow,
Yeah,
what a
I-
horrible
no.
life you live.
No,
I literally
I
just
literally
take a
wait it
pill.
out. Thing.
I take a pill.
Dude, I literally will sit there and be like, well, I guess this is happening now.
Yeah.
What? Oh, well,
I always
whatever.
want taking something to be my last resort, so
Mhm.
I always try and do like a cold shower or washcloth.
Yeah,
or
Oh, I would-
like
I
an
would-
I don't have
ice
time for
pack.
that.
drink
No.
water or
Organ.
eat
Yeah,
some food if
water,
you're not
eat
sure.
food,
Yeah.
Any of
Anything
that
besides taking a pill,
before-
and
yeah.
I only do that as a last
No,
resort.
I take a pill.
Yeah.
Really just get
And
straight to
I'm
the
not
point.
saying
Get
like
straight to the
it to
point,
be
I'm
holier
done.
than thou or
Knocking it out.
anything. It's just a matter of that's how I've always approached it. That's just the way my mind has worked around it.
Yeah.
Is don't take that
Well,
unless you're
you guys
sure.
are still young, so
need it.
it's different for you guys.
Well,
So-
I had the
You're probably
experience
right.
of being
So I'd
a
rather
80, 90-year-old
tough
man
it out
walking around
now
yesterday.
and
I'm
then
not sure I
give
like it very
myself,
much.
the pill days
go.
when you can
There you
get to
go.
the pill days.
Yeah. Vigor Auto Detailing. Here's a question: if I'm going to be invested in stickers, I want to know where I will get the best return. Would it be with the Morgan McMurray or All Day Anthony? I need a strong sticker gang.
So I just want to say, unless Ollie Anthony is here to stand up for himself,
He's not.
I would
He's
recommend
not.
that.
I'll tell you this, honestly. Is there still a
Yeah,
Fox
there's-
detail sticker over there?
There's actually
Oh.
a good selection. Actually, better
Levi's
choices.
going to come in and one up both
Some
of them.
better choices right here.
Ooh.
Do you by chance have any extras?
I think I have like 2 of mine
Ah.
left. 2 of these Master of Shine stickers. You can pick them up by messaging me. I
mean,
think we're
that's
going to sell them for. What was the highest you got
OG.
for one of these?
I'm not talking. We don't need to talk about
I want to
that.
increase that. $50.
Oh,
I'll
jeez.
sell you a sticker.
Wow.
I mean,
Uh,
that's for
But I'm just going to
OG
tell you. I'm just going to
sticker.
say, compared to an All Day Anthony sticker, this one's pretty legit.
That's
Well,
what I'm saying.
I
You know,
think,
I took
I
a lot of
think-
time to.
I think you, missed
First
the
of
boat. I think
all-
you could have done
Yeah.
a Civic.
Right.
It
Looked
actually
pretty
has
dope.
your car in it,
It
so
does,
that's a start.
and it's something
Yeah.
that I had to go out and find
Just
the right
saying.
person to design
Mine's a little
my
bigger.
car.
So
Yeah.
and I think the All Day sticker is a little longer, a little thinner.
Yeah.
And it's okay that we
a little
trash
more
talk it
subtle.
because it's not like he's here to
Yeah.
defend
Right.
himself.
Exactly.
so-
He's not here to defend
Yeah.
himself,
No.
so we're all
Totally
That's
fine.
just it is
Yeah.
what it is.
So
I think
Vigor,
they're like
it's
I
up
think
to
they're
you.
like the All Day Anthony stickers are like $5, $10,
it's 5 for 2.
5 for
Is
2. It's actually a really good
Ooh,
deal.
are they on
Deal.
clearance?
So
I don't know. I
Morgan, what are
scored
you
some.
selling? What are you selling these
Oof.
bad boys for? $5 for one.
It's 6 for 1 shipped
Okay. Wow. Great
in
deal.
the U.S.
Wow.
It's 7
Great.
shipped
Internationally.
for 1 internationally.
Wow. Okay.
And
Yeah.
then 10 and 11 respectively.
So,
Excellent.
so I hear that All Day Anthony, though, I hear that he puts a special sticker for certain people, right? And
What?
he kind of knows. So,
So he's got a
basically-
special color
So
or
he
something?
plays favorites.
there's a
That's
couple-
what
so
I'm
he
hearing.
has-
Well,
so he
we
has-
don't like rumors though.
he-
So let's
You
say
know,
I
we
wanna
only
do-
want cold hard facts coming
Let's
We need it
say-
straight
from
from the
truth.
source.
Me as Morgan McMurray,
Yeah.
Well, I
you
appreciate
as Master of
I
Shine
appreciate
Levi
that.
Gates.
Yeah. Question though. So most of the All Day Anthony stickers are red, correct?
Yeah, red and gray.
Red and gray.
Yeah.
So what's this
I feel
special?
like I need my own sticker.
I don't know.
You
I
do,
think
Dave.
that there's a couple people out there that got an orange one.
What?
I think some people got a green one,
Oh my
a blue
gosh.
one,
Wow.
a purple one.
Whoa.
There's certain stickers that weren't listed.
It's like an Easter egg.
And what's kind of funny about most of those special colored
Easter
ones,
egg hunt,
they
huh?
actually light up when you hit them with a flash.
What?
They literally light up.
Like glow in the dark.
Yeah, like glow in the dark.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh! Wow.
So pretty cool. Morgan, I don't think Morgan McMurray's do that. So
Mine are metallic,
okay.
as actually recommended by
Yeah.
a friend.
So
but
Matthew Gibbs says
Nice.
they'll crack
Oh, we're
you.
just
I'm not going there next time. I'm in Boise. Try give me a crack or my back.
they give me crack.
Oh no.
And then we got Alkaline Trio says, where can we go to learn when Ivan LaCroix is next offering his detailed training classes? Current world situation being what it is. If you go to LaCroix Cruiser on
Yep.
Facebook, you'll
you can
find
also
out.
find out if you go to Ivan LaCroix on Facebook.
Or you can just
The
message
engine
Ivan.
is literally not in it right now.
The whole back of the half of the bus is
Yeah,
missing.
it's
Oh.
disassembled right now.
Mike Filler says, hi, TRC. Yeah, they have locked almost everything down here in the panhandle of Florida.
And that's
Right
the
on.
reality of things in many states. Here in Idaho, they haven't gotten quite to that point yet, although I did see that
Yeah.
article you posted
Yep.
about
So
them closing
they
area
did just
restaurants.
decide to close down all the restaurants,
Mm-hmm.
which kind of sucks because I think it would have been better just to say for takeout.
I was going to say,
only.
are they still doing takeout delivery,
I don't
or is
know.
it just
I
shutting
don't
A
it
lot
down
of places
entirely?
are still doing takeout.
Like
But
they
are they
closed their
even
dining
allowed to
room.
now?
Yeah, I think so. Boise's not that bad.
No, here in Idaho, it's been fewer. But then again, once again, it's the shortage of the actual ability to test people
Yeah.
that's
Mm-hmm.
reduced
But the thing i-
number of cases you're hearing about.
Like with takeout, it worries me because a lot of people go out to eat for the whole experience, and they're like, oh, I'm not gonna pay for that just to do it at home. And then
Whereas-
it's like,
yeah.
well, now all these they're still gonna be having workers working, but not making as much money as they would with normal customers. So they're
Meanwhile,
just not even gonna
DoorDash
do it.
and Grubhub are going like, all right.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I know what you're saying, but I don't know
Gorilla
what you're
Jiva
saying.
says, thanks,
Okay.
guys, and thank you, Ricky. Frozone says, I added ONR in my steam mop to experiment. It seemed to do a good job on my tile floor. Should I keep using it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Danny Israel, Dane, congrats on Mailroom 2.0. I think he means your garage.
Oh, yeah, that's a work in progress, but thank you, Danny.
G. Davis says, turmeric is very good for inflammation.
Very true.
Noted.
Hi Ann says, Levi, I'm not a fan of using interior dressings on car interiors, but I know it tends to hide some things and makes the color more uniform. What's your opinion on this? Same.
Yeah.
Same. David C. Is Levi aware that WHO, CDC, and NIOSH say respirators don't work with facial hair? Yes.
Yes,
I
it's
do know that.
because of the seal. It
You got to
breaks
have
the
a
seal.
proper seal, and you need to be able to break that seal. So the respirator I'm using that is from Sunstrom works really well because I can actually tuck my beard inside of it, which is really helpful.
Which just looks.
We
That's
got
awesome.
and
Ricky.
it provides a really great seal.
Ricky Cologne says, shameless Grandambassador plug. Number 1, Q2GB applications are open, which
My
means
man.
if you guys are watching this and want to be a Grandambassador, you can head to the Rag Company on Instagram and apply to be a Grandambassador via the
Absolutely.
link in the description of the homepage.
If you've ever sent an email to a company with the question sponsorship, this is how.
And
you,
so Rick
yeah.
and Ricky can attest to what we send out. We send out a crap load of towels. We send out a handful of awesome products you guys get to play with, take pictures with. So it's totally worth it. It doesn't cost you anything, but we are looking for people that are good sponsorship
Tell them what they want,
opportunities.
Ricky.
And so then we put, there is only 1 hour left. Holy crap, Ricky is doing a giveaway.
Ooh.
So
His fourth one.
So it's his fourth
Wow.
Instagram
He's just giving
giveaway.
away.
He
And
is
you
a
want to
very
make sure
giving
you
soul.
He
enter
is. He
before
is.
7 p.m. So go to One Mess at a Time on Instagram and go and enter his giveaway. It's pretty simple, right? And he is a straightforward guy. So you enter the giveaway, you win the product if you get chosen. So,
David
Dave
C.
C.
says, badass look, though. Yep.
Yep.
Ricky says, if we get the follower target, I'll give an additional identical prize package to the second participant. Enter now.
okay, everybody,
Go down to One Mess at a Time.
everybody go
on Instagram.
follow One Mess at a Time on Instagram and go comment on his post. How many
Yep.
people are watching this right now? 40? 50?
53.
53.
Yoshi.
That's 53 people that can go win
Oh,
to win a giveaway
go enter,
and
win.
win.
Yep. Yoshi, will Dane now be hosting swing parties once he finishes his garage renovation? How many swings or other sturdy hanging objects will be installed?
I'm
Dane,
far too
can you
busy
Please
hosting
advise.
the Rag Company podcast and the
advise,
Rag
Dane.
Company Q&A Thursdays to be hosting anything else at this given time.
Okay,
Thank
but
you.
but
No more
How
questions.
many swings are
No
you going to
further
be?
questions.
How many sturdy objects are you going to be hanging? You know, at my old house.
I'm actually reducing the number of hanging objects in my garage.
Okay,
In
that's good to
order
know.
Because there are
to-
hanging shelves right now, and
The
while they are
chains.
functional,
On chains.
they are ugly,
Well, and the platform on chains.
and they
don't
take
know what
away
that's
from
for.
the overall aesthetic
it's
of the
over
garage.
the vent.
I plan on clean slating this, and it may take a while, but eventually I'm going to make this into something
Like Ed
people
Bullion's
actually
garage.
think is cool.
Yeah.
Not quite as big as
That'd
Ed
be nice.
Bullion's, but I'll
Um,
do what I can.
So I just want to say at my old house
Hmm.
in the wintertime, I built an indoor swing for my daughter so
Oh.
that she could play in there and
Very thoughtful.
swing on that. So I'm just wondering, is that something that how many
That-
of those? That way Liz has something to do. You know,
Sure. No,
now
I
that she's
understand
self
it.
quarantined at home,
Yeah.
she's not gonna be able to leave. This might be something you could do.
It's really difficult, I
for her.
know. So, yeah, no, that's not
Very
happening.
nice.
No.
Danny wants to know, maybe All Day Anthony can get on here and explain his stickers. The ones that aren't red sound like they would be outside of brand guidelines.
Yeah.
As the brand
Yeah.
development manager for the Rag Company, I can attest to that unless they were approved by the All Day Anthony Corporation, you're right. Those
Yeah.
would be out of
They'd be
guidelines.
knockoffs is
It
what
would
those
be
would be.
knockoffs. Yep.
Yep.
Now,
Yeah,
it is
so,
true, though. There are brands out there who have no problem changing up their look and their logo as long as it's a name you recognize. DC
Oh.
Shoes has done it forever,
Well,
like different places like that. Yeah.
Speaking of which, Dane, the Rag Company logo made
The
a turn
whiskey-
for
whiskey
green
logo.
Yeah, it
just
did.
recently
Yeah.
with a clover in the background, and we hear that almost every order while supplies last placed during the sale gets
This
a
week?
gets a limited edition TRC clover sticker.
Wow. If
Such
you
a
guys
deal.
haven't gotten in on that, you really should.
So, and here's the deal, guys. I was talking to Nate about this. This year, right? So this is going to be
This is the year of the stickers, really.
So here's my thoughts on this. We will never have for all future holidays for next year 2021. Not one sticker will be the same. Every
right.
single sticker will be redesigned. So
New
meaning
design.
that there will only be one run
As
of
the
every
brand
sticker.
development manager, I have spoken.
So that's it. So basically, if you pick up the clover, you pick up the clover. If you don't get it, you don't get it. But next year
Next
the
year,
clover
maybe it's
will
a
be
harp.
different.
You don't know.
Yeah. So it'll
Maybe
just
it's a shillelagh.
it could be
Something
a pot of
fun
gold.
every
Could be
year.
a pot of gold.
Yeah.
You don't
a
know.
rainbow.
Yeah.
Taste the rainbow.
Taste the rainbow
Oh.
from the Rag
It will
Company.
actually say
Don't
taste
eat
the
the
rainbow.
stickers.
Yeah.
Don't.
So they'll have a
Don't.
Skittles logo.
Yeah. G. Davis says Yoshi. The
Nope,
swings
you-
are
oh,
located
you're
near
right.
the pudding and body
Oh,
oil.
no.
So-
Oh, no.
Well, that's what Dane's Tiki Bar has been repurposed into. It's now the pudding bar.
no, it wasn't even that bad until I realized self-serve bar. Now I'm like,
It's a real DIY solution.
yeah, just very visual stuff is what it's very descriptive.
It says,
yeah.
remind me to order all those stickers in my next order that's coming soon if Tom from Buff Bright responds. Ricky Cologne, one mess at a time to enter. Thank you. Davis Auto Detail, and I submitted an application. I guess I wasn't the chosen one, lol.
Oh.
Davis,
we haven't
we're
announced,
still
yeah.
going through them. They're not going to be announced till next Friday?
Next,
It's the first Friday of April.
There you
So
go.
I think
So
it's like the 6th or
they're-
something like
you-
that.
Closing tomorrow?
No,
Sunday.
Goes
It's
till
through
Sunday.
Sunday.
So it's
So you
April. It's April
Still
3rd.
open for
You
entry.
got a few days.
And then there's going to be about a week of sifting through all these applications to find
Yeah.
out.
And honestly, like if you don't get chosen, don't get discouraged and don't not apply again. Apply
do
again.
apply again.
Apply again. We're looking for people that are obviously wanting to grow with us and are staying active on Instagram, and most importantly, have a public profile.
Well, and if
know-
you're kind of looking at like maybe a baseline for someone who wants to see what a TRC Grand Ambassador does,
Yeah,
you can check out this last quarter's Grand Ambassadors.
yeah. Go check
And-
out Ricky's page and see what he's
Yeah.
done. He's done some really cool stuff. His story posts are
And-
fantastic. His normal posts are fantastic.
Check out Carnuba Detailing, who won Grand Ambassador of the Year last year
Yeah.
for 2019.
He's a role model for all Grand
Yeah,
Ambassadors.
Zaya did.
Zaya.
Zaya
Zaya.
really literally
He will
had.
stab you.
Sorry, dude. Zaya literally didn't have a framework other than what we asked him to do, and he basically
Yeah.
created like the basic structure of what a Grandambassador does.
But
And
now when
he's
you look
still
back, you're
doing
like,
it.
oh, that makes perfect sense. That is what
Yeah.
we were hoping.
And that's
it
what we
would
were
become.
hoping for. It's just it's the guy that really took it and run with it. Now we didn't know if it was going to be the first quarter that people were going to really take ownership of it and run with it, or it could have been the third or fourth. He just happened to be in the first and really
Yeah.
kind of set it down. But he was just extremely active in
And
story
also,
posts
even though he was a first quarter Grandambassador,
Yeah.
he kept doing it all year.
all year, and that was the biggest takeaway is that he could have stopped after the first quarter. Like we had a couple people I think in quarter two after their month was over. They never really posted things again. Actually, it was kind of, I want to say it was a slap in the face, but the second after they finished their sponsorship with us, right, they immediately got onto with another brand.
company.
And they're like, I'm sponsored by so-and-so. I'm like, well, that's congratulations. But we didn't see anything for the Rad Company after that at all, right, ever. And I'm sitting here, I'm
Done.
like, technically, we sent you more stuff to where, never mind. But anyway, so.
But the point is,
It makes Anthony sad.
Yeah, I'm
no,
just
but
sitting
it
here,
was
I'm
the
like-
fact
I'm
that
like,
he
yeah.
took the initiative, and
Yeah.
him and another number of other Grandambassadors
Oh,
kept
yeah.
it going throughout the year, and are
Yep.
still,
Yeah.
even though they're not Grandambassadors,
Yeah.
Yeah.
A year
they are
later.
still.
Dude.
Well,
they're-
they've
helping
become their
rep
own
the company.
community,
They've,
essentially.
they've
They have.
created a community, but they've also just kind of created a network. And what's kind of cool is that we exposed whoever we announced to our audience, right?
Yep.
And so and these people and on our audience know that we've vetted these people
Yeah.
to that we align with.
Yeah.
So immediately they kind of gain more recognition there. And so, like Zaya said, when he went to the IDA meet and greet this last year at SEMA, he's like, "Hey man, I didn't really, I wasn't part of the detail mafia then. I was barely an IDA, certified detailer. But the second I said, hey, I was one of the Rad Company's Grandambassadors, everybody recognized and said, oh yeah, you're that guy that they chose from that first quarter." And he's like, it was his
his
kind of
calling card.
his enter into the whole realm. And now look where he's at now. He's a part of the detail mafia. He's done all this stuff.
Oh, he
and that was
ran
his
with
own
it.
chosen education that he chose to continue pursuing.
Yeah.
No,
we-
nobody's forcing anybody to do
Yeah.
anything here.
Yeah,
It's just
but long story short, I mean, he won $6,000
Worth
worth of stuff, as
Yep.
well as a set of freaking wheels from Koenig, right?
Yep.
Any wheels that he
His
wants
choice,
from the
like,
Koenig
any-
line.
yeah.
He got Rupes, he got Innovative Tools, he got Lake Country, Buff and Shine,
Scan
he got
Grip.
Scan Grip, he got
Color Lock.
Wowo's, Color Lock. I mean, literally the list goes on and on and
Yeah.
on. And it was just insane. So anybody can do that, right? Is as long as you obviously go above and beyond and make yourself visible and aligned with kind of what we already
Yep.
do.
And I know I did see some folks who are like, oh, if I don't detail professionally or all the time, does that put me at a disadvantage? No, I mean, you
Nope.
can come up, be creative, come up with other content. You don't have to be working a customer's car all the time or any of that stuff. There's tons of other ways to do this. You could be going around your house detailing stuff. Well, whatever it is, there are solutions to
Yeah.
these things, and
Yep.
creative people will find a way.
Yeah. So right now we're still looking. I mean, because basically, if the cutoff closes on Sunday, we still have to go through several hundred applicants, right? But that does not mean you don't have a chance if you don't apply at the last
Right.
minute. So if you're watching this and you're a fan, write us up, apply. And the things we look for is activity on Instagram. And one
Yep.
thing you have to remember is we're always watching. So this is just what we do. We have to constantly check on people. But primarily Morgan does every single day
Yeah.
to see how active people are. And let's just say if we see you in our feed a lot, whether you are our Grandambassador or not, it makes a big difference. So, all right, going down here, we
Rep
have
the 305,
Yep.
upgrading from my Torx DA. Between the Rupes Mark II and Mark III, is there much of a difference, or should I save a few bucks and go with the Mark II? I'll be doing 3 to 5 cars a year. Thanks, guys. Morgan, what do you think? As a person who built her own polisher at Rupes, got some seat
You
time
you
with
built
that
a Mark III. We built
I
Mark
did.
But
II.
you learned
I
on a Mark
did.
II. But you
Yeah.
learned on a Mark II.
Yeah.
Dane's Mark
I
II.
did learn on them. Here's the deal. The difference between a beginner, how do I say this?
polisher.
A larger, a more common polisher that
Okay.
maybe a lot of people have versus a Rupes just in general, that already is going to be like,
It's a bigger step
Yeah.
from that entry-level polisher to a Rupes Mark
yeah,
II.
yeah,
say.
yeah.
The
So-
build quality is
So
substantially
either
different.
one that you go with is not a bad decision. It's just about, and I mean, if you're doing customer cars, depending on how much you're charging, you're going to make that
Money back.
back within 1 year. And then the rest of the years, it's going to, you
Yeah.
know, continue to pay for itself.
But if you're
So,
doing your own, looks like 3 to 5 cars a year, looks like your own fleet. I'm going to say Rupa's 2 is probably going to be
Yeah.
your best bet.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Morgan says, there's not. It's already you're making a huge jump from that Torx DA to the Mark II.
yeah.
Yeah.
The jump between the 2 and the 3 isn't as great.
It's an
Yeah.
evolution. It's a couple of things.
Yeah.
What you prioritize. Number one, you have a progressive trigger on the Mark III,
Correct.
which you don't have on the 2. You have a much longer cord on the Mark III than the 2, but some people look at that as a plus. Others say, well, it's kind of too much. So it really is up to you and what you feel like you would find manageable. I'm in the camp where I say, get your time in on a Mark II. Just pick up a used Mark II from somebody, or you could pick up a new one for that matter, right? You could still find some new ones. But yeah, no, I would opt for the Mark II if you're only working on a few cars. Just get the hang of it, and if you really like it, you could still sell that for a decent chunk compared to what you bought it for, and then you can move on to a Mark III if you decide, oh, I do want that progressive trigger, or oh, I do want that longer cord built in.
Yeah.
True.
There you go.
There you go.
Davis.
Davis says, "Oh, okay. Rep the
Fingers
305. Also, best towels to use with O&R, both wash and dry. Then best towels for compound polish removal using last cut if it matters. Thanks,
Attaboy.
guys." Dane.
Okay, so best towels to use with O&R. I'm assuming, washing and drying. If you're going to do a rinseless wash style and you want to use O&R and your towel is the wash media, you want to be using something generally a little fluffier, a little longer pile. I like the, Minx Royale is great for that. Really recommend that. Eagles, you can do the 350, you can do the 500s. If you're crazy, you can do the 600s, but in my opinion, that's almost overkill, but it's fun to use anyway. But yeah, for wash and stuff like that, that's a great choice. You just want to have a longer pile. Some people use the creatures if they want something a little bit more, economy kind of price, but at the same time, those are really durable towels. You can't go wrong with them. The people use them for everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then moving down the line there, it looks like compound polish removal? Yeah. So really, you could do double duty. If you got the creatures, you could use it for both things and be really happy with it. I know, Anthony, you've done many jobs with the last cut using creatures, using Eagle 350s. What would you say you've found preferable?
I would almost always reach for a creature or a 365 for when I'm doing any compound
And the 365
polishing.
for the compound polish removal, but not as much for the wash because the pile on those is shorter.
Yeah.
So if you want one towel to do it all,
The
that's where I'd say
creature,
the
yeah.
creature makes a lot of sense, or the Eagle 350. But if you want to have two different towels so you don't mix them up, you could either do two different colors of the same towel, or you could get two different towels, in which case, I would recommend the Edgeless 365 for the polished compound removal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, gosh, the benefit is that you're using the last cut, and the last cut's just extremely easy to remove,
Yes.
even after working it in for long periods of time, or even after building a
This
peat.
isn't Meg's 102 or anything.
105.
105,
yeah.
oh, man,
105 would. 105. That's a shoulder workout right there, and so that's one of those things where
I've watched
like,
it too many times.
yeah, I won't even use 105 unless I'm using a damp towel to remove it, just because it's a pain. It builds up heat too fast. So anyway, going down here, we got Davis Auto Detailing says Zay is what inspired me. He killed it last year. Yes, he did.
He really did.
He has a whole unboxing video on his YouTube channel of unboxing all of his Grand Ambassador prize, and it's just crazy
Nuts.
over the top. It's like 30
Nuts.
minutes of him unboxing stuff.
That's how long it takes to go through it all.
Yeah, Vigor Auto Detailing says, Anthony, after all this COVID-19 stuff settles down, are you going to come out to Ohio and visit Busher? If so, you need to let me take you to a small city tap house, 100 different taps, and the best sushi.
I'm hurt.
Man.
I'm left out of this. This is all the kind of stuff I'm interested
Sorry,
in.
man, just weren't invited.
Well,
Just
okay.
part of that.
Guess so.
Maybe if you had
It's a them thing.
I mean,
Wow.
I don't think Busher works on Jags. Sorry,
Well, I mean,
they work on primarily Mitsubishis, which are obviously a higher performance.
you keep
machine.
telling yourself that.
High-end Auto Detailing Puerto Rico says, I think Mark II is discontinued, so for a new machine, you should go Mark III. If the Mark II, it might be, how do I say, it's not discontinued. They are still making parts for it, and they still have the bodies and all of that.
And there are obviously models out there for sale through vendors.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
if you might be, if you can find one lightly used, or if you can find one maybe that could be discounted, I'd pick up a Mark II if you could.
Yeah, like if you get a
Um,
used one, it's like $50 or $100 off from new. That's
Well, Levi, you need to be be here for this
Why are
because
you still putting on new
G
gloves?
Davis says, I hope the Dane Show channel will start a Grandmaster-like program. It includes IG posts on upscale restaurant reviews, sports car picks,
Oh, no.
and Idaho-only toe fetish videos.
Where did that come from?
That sounds amazing. I'm excited about that Grand Ambassador program for the Dane Show.
I'm Dane. I'm not Quentin Tarantino. Jeez.
Well, you never know, Dane. It's a creative
Yikes.
mind. Davis Auto Detailing LLC says, I just used O&R for the first time, and I'm definitely in love. Maybe I can move
Nice.
to rinseless one day soon. You can move to rinseless right now.
Yeah.
That's technically what you just
I
did.
mean,
Yeah,
totally.
you could just all you have to do is
Just
just
using
do it
O&R for the
again.
first time, you're-
and
yeah, now
make a
you-
habit of it.
Yeah, the
And
second
you've done it.
wash, you've made that
You-
change.
No
Yeah.
stopping
completely.
it now.
That's
You've
it.
tried rinseless.
Yeah.
Now your next wash, you are
Totally
rinseless.
And then Alkaline says, Dane, read this.
How many McFlurries would a Morgan McMurray make if she was in a Morgan McHurry? I don't know.
Very nice.
You tell
Very
me.
nice.
That is great. Morgan, are
I've
you
never heard that.
Morgan, are you a McFlurry fan?
No.
You don't like
Ooh.
McFlurries?
I'm a
Like-
Blizzard
like-
fan.
Okay, what's
Okay.
your
Oh, man.
Blizzard flavor?
Chocolate with Reese's.
Oh,
That is a
Delicious.
good choice.
You?
so I wa-
McFlurry or Blizzard?
so I'm a Blizzard man because
Okay.
DQ's right down the street.
Gotcha, yeah.
So it's quick little jaunt to go like, hey Carly, what do you like? And she'll go, I think I'm in the mood for a Blizzard. And I go, that's a great idea. And I jump in the car, drive down, spend $5, get a couple of Blizzards, come back to the house,
Yeah.
prepare
Dane-
to watch a movie.
Dane,
So
Dane comes across to me as a dilly bar kind of guy.
he loves his dilly bars.
Do you
When
like
I was a kid,
dipped
we used to get
bar?
dilly bars all the
He's a-
time. The
he's a
butterscotch
dilly
one
kinda
was what I
guy.
liked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the mint ones. But, you know, it's funny. When McFlurries came out, I actually really loved those things. Like, that was
Mhm.
awesome. Get the Oreo one. Really
Oh,
great.
love that
and
one,
then
yep.
about 5-6 years later, visiting there, I'm trying to think. I must have
You
been in
visited the
college or something.
McDonald's?
Yeah, there was one at the bottom of the hill from my high school. So, you know, people went there on lunch break. The machine was always broken. And
Well,
it's just
that
been that
still
way
is
ever
the
since.
case.
So now
That's
they're
why
always
everyone's
broken.
just given up on trying to get a McFlurry because
So
it
yeah,
never
Blizzards.
is open.
Blizzards are. You know what's underrated though? It looks so simple, and yet
Strawberry
there's something
cheesecake
about it.
Blizzard.
No.
That's my second one.
Wait,
If I'm
people-
not
no,
feeling
are you,
chocolate,
Are you about to
that's
say
it.
is,
my number
does it
one
start with a
jam.
P, Dane?
No, it starts with an F.
Oh, never mind.
Freddy's?
Okay.
Fudge.
No, a Frosty from Wendy's.
Oh.
People underrate those.
Ah.
They're so basic
Well-
and so simple, and yet, when you get yourself a Frosty from Wendy's, there's just
And a
something
fry.
special.
If you
about
combo
it.
it with a
yeah,
fry.
Wendy's with a fry.
This
Oh.
message has been brought to you by Wendy's, courtesy of Dane Hennon, president
Frosty
of the Baconator
with
Club.
fries.
Go
That's,
pick up your
that's a
Frosty
great
with
combo.
fries when you pick up your next Baconator.
Remember, I may
Meal.
hate chains, but I don't hate fast food
Now-
chains. There's
now,
a difference to me.
Doesn't make
That's-
doesn't make
that
any
doesn't
sense.
Doesn't make
Any
any
sense.
sense.
Now-
Dane, those should be the worst ones.
It's the
So-
most
No,
chains are
no,
fast
food.
restaurants.
I expect chains.
Is there
but
any
restaurants?
fans
I'm not gonna.
of the peanut butter parfait
No.
from Dairy Queen? That's my favorite, dude. I go,
Really?
I go peanut butter parfait, double the hot fudge, and like
No,
that's where
just
I'm
read
at.
further down.
I like it. I
And
like
Like,
it.
so,
this isn't
and I
going
can
well,
do
the
a
more
cherry on
chocolate
top.
talk.
Yeah.
But basically, dude,
Okay.
I don't think what we enjoy as Americans enough fast food ice cream delicacies out there. Like my wife, right? She's a big fan of Jack in the Box, the molten lava cake thing that they have there. I think that tastes like a garbage can.
Yeah.
So I think it's trash.
They used
But
to
she
have
loves
these
it.
mini cookies there that were like these little M&M cookies, but they were tiny and they're chocolate chip. Yeah, they were kind of garbage, but they were great garbage.
Dane-
I used to
Dane-
like the cheesecake slices.
Dude,
from
yeah,
Jack in the
cheesecake,
Box.
yeah,
Did
yeah.
you guys like
Yeah.
the mini churros? I could
Oh
pound
my
down.
God,
I used to get
yes.
those when I worked at
Dude.
Home Depot. There was one outside in the
Oh.
parking lot. It's like, well,
I could
Yes.
pound down like
Lunch of mini
3 things of
churros.
those
Oh my
mini
God.
churros.
how else do you
forgot
think I
about
got this
those.
figure?
Oh, Dane.
I forgot about those.
Davis Auto Detailing, lol. G. Davis. Anthony has had way over 100 taps by now. Vigor Auto
Who's
Detailing. So is that a yes? And Dane, I'm waiting for your invite to the mailroom. Kissy face.
Oh, keep waiting.
Yoshi, what's y'all's favorite interior? Cloth or leather? Color? Any interior from a specific car? Something you'd have? A weekend type car? So my favorite interior, honestly, to clean as a detailer is either just black leather and a black interior, or the 2006 Hyundai Elantra interior, because it legitimately is one of the easiest interiors to clean.
Yeah.
For real. So, but my wife's car, my Camry, has is black leather with tweed inserts, and that's probably the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
Guys,
Going
the
around the horn, Anthony.
Best interior. So we're talking about just interior.
It could be the most memorable one, but he's thinking sporty car because he's saying like a
no,
weekend type
no,
car.
I'm not. No, I would have to agree with Levi. Probably the easiest and fastest would probably be just a simple black leather interior, not with any, no perforations or anything like that. I also really like Katie's 4Runner interior. I don't know what the heck it is, but basically
Same
like
plastic that my Camry is and stuff
well,
like that.
the outside bolstering is like this really like. It's a very easy material to vacuum. Like hair doesn't stick to it, which is fantastic. But then the middle is like this weird recycled, crumply material feeling stuff, right? That hides everything.
Yeah.
So you don't really have to like scrub it or just vacuum it out and say, oh, that looks fine to me. But I don't know how to describe it. It's like this crinkly middle material. It's supposed to be grippy, but
It's
I
probably
don't
the
know.
same stuff that's in my Camry that they put inside the. It's like
something.
a tweedish weave that's very like that.
I don't know
Well.
what the heck it is, man. But it's really easy to clean. I really, really like it. I didn't know how much I liked it until I started. But Dane, what about you?
I've always been partial to the Volkswagen GTIs. Always had that plaid cloth. It was really cool. I love that. It was super cool. But as far as like sportier interior, I really like the ones that combine a little bit of suede with leather and then cloth. Like it's multi-material. I really like that, and I'm definitely not reading ahead right now. But basically, yeah, something that's grippy. But I actually prefer cloth to leather. Generally speaking, when it comes to the interiors and stuff, I like cloth better than leather,
Okay.
just as a material you have to sit on regularly.
Morgan?
I like I can't even.
You can't even say it.
She likes cleaning her own M3 seats.
Yeah.
I do.
They're black, basic, very easy.
That Porsche 959 that we had for that Wash Wednesday had that crazy like 80s ski jacket interior where
Oh,
it was
yeah.
like purple, kind of wine colored, and then it was silver and white
That
or
was
gray.
strange.
It was strange, but I loved it. It was
Yeah,
super cool.
That was a strange
Go
car.
watch that Wash
Alkaline.
Wednesday, folks. It needs more
Anyways.
views.
Where we at
Alkaline
now?
top hat, Morgan.
We can always count on Dane for the exquisite posh reading voice.
You can, yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Next one.
I can't read.
Morgan, you always like chocolate, says Joe Wetzel.
Oh, Joe.
Then he goes,
What are we
yes,
gonna do
double
with
hot
you?"
fudge. I can help you there, Anthony.
It's getting worse. By
George
the minute.
Zapata
Joe.
says he loves them mini churros from the
It's not
Jack in the
okay.
Box.
Yeah.
And then the
As you
great,
should.
the great G. Davis coming in from the back. Dilly bar is what Dane shouted when he kicked that kid in the face down the stairs. Dilly bar!
I like how the story has changed from where he was kicked like several times.
No, it's evolved.
And at this point, I'm not going to correct
No,
anybody.
it's an evolving story
Just
of that
let him
kid.
have it.
like there's some people that yell like pocket sand or things like that.
Pocket
Dean's
sand.
like dilly bar kicks in the face. Oh man.
And Joe, G. Davis, crying faces. Yoshi, I feel the same way about GTI interiors, Morgan. Well, Yoshi's agreeing with you.
They're horrible. I hate them.
Oof.
Ugly.
And Victor from Puerto Rico, Levi, I used to have a Hyundai Tucson with beige interior and literally seat dripping wet after running my jet ski, and it dries stain-free all the time. Hyundai, number one.
Yeah. Well.
Interesting.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
So-
that is the bottom of the list.
That's the
for
bottom
right
of the
now.
list.
So
Yeah.
let's have
So,
ourselves a
um,
regular conversation about whatever
So,
comes to mind.
Dilly Bar, huh, Dane? That's
Yeah,
that was one of your favorites there.
It's a
um,
proclamation.
So
you
here's
make
what
while,
here's what I do.
physically assaulting
hold
someone.
on.
Let me just say this: when I go get blizzards,
Yeah.
Carly asks if she's running
Okay.
to go pick them up. She goes, "What do you want?" I say, "Surprise me."
Yeah.
So I usually just get dealer's choice
Okay.
on those. If it's me driving over, I'm usually always getting a strawberry cheesecake, or what Morgan said, the chocolate and peanut butter.
Two best choices.
It's the easiest
Yeah.
way to do it.
Cheesecake. Oh.
So
the
okay. So
best.
so here's the question, right? So related to what's going on here in town, the mayor is thinking about closing all the restaurants here, right?
Yes.
We're
Right.
not
So-
thinking about it. It's
within
so it
within
is
city
happening.
limits.
It is happening,
so
right?
outside of that.
So you
other
have one
jurisdiction.
last meal to go at a sit-down restaurant and eat, right, before going into quarantine. What do you eat? Go.
Well,
One last meal before sitting
so
inside
I
and
have
eating
kids.
crackers.
My wife and I usually don't go
McDonald's.
to eat.
Well,
but
be
here's
selfish.
here
Think
we
about
go.
yourself.
Hypothetical.
If it's me and the wife,
Yeah.
I want to go to Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
Now
Which is
that's
actually
a
the
choice.
rendezvous.
Have ourselves a good
Home style.
home style meal
Yeah.
in front of the fireplace,
Yeah.
and with the hope that the only good product to come out of this is a little bit of Coke cake afterwards.
Ooh, yeah.
That's
So the
understandable.
thing is that you just can't really get a good home style meal like that nowadays,
Well,
right?
what I
Even at
love-
home, because
Right.
you don't have the food or supplies to make it happen.
Well-
but Cracker Barrel you can, and that's
and with
why.
Cracker Barrel, a huge menu
Yeah.
options.
Yeah.
Available to pick and choose whatever you like that is
Delicious.
homespun and a lot of food for a
Yeah.
great value.
Honey, butter, everything on
Oh,
a bun that you could ever want.
delicious.
I don't know if you
Delicious.
guys can see this right now, but I'm dissociating. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm
So-
leaving my body.
A
Right.
great thing. Anthony, what would be yours?
So here's the deal. Most people are going to think Anthony's just going to go get some sushi, right? Because that's just a pretty
Right.
basic thing to say,
Of
right?
course you would.
I don't want that, man.
Where would you go?
I want something, a little bit more comforting. I want something that's going to make me feel I'm alive, right?
Right.
And so I'm going to need that toilet paper because I want some hot wings. Is
Oh,
what I want.
hot wings.
Did you
I
have
want
to go?
Wow, way
I
to way to
want
frame it, bud.
some hot wings. And so
Okay.
basically, I want to make use of what's going on here. So I'm saying, like, I don't want to say Buffalo Wild Wings because, I know that there's better out there. Now,
Yes.
I don't want, remember when I was in San Antonio? I don't want San Antonio hot because that
Okay.
ruined me as a person.
Why don't you go to Cahoots, get yourself pterodactyl sauce on wings, and enjoy that?
So the thing is with Cahoots, Dane, is I want more wings than that. I want an obese amount of wings.
you can order more than one order.
Some might call it
Just saying.
obscene. An
Yeah.
obscene
I know.
amount.
Like,
I mean, they'll
Not
judge
obese.
you, but
It's
like,
obscene.
I want-
not,
I want-
it's not obese.
obscene.
I want to be obese after eating
Right.
these wings, right?
What you want
So,
is an obscene amount
I
where
want-
people are offended
Sorry, I
to
want
see
okay.
the pile of wings in front of you.
I think that you
They wanna
guys
go,
are no.
"What's wrong with
I
that
think
man?"
that you guys are
Just go up
mistaking
to
my
the-
word.
Go to the
I-
restaurant and order an obese amount
No,
of wings.
I am literally saying
Please
that's what I
record it.
meant to say. I would like an
Obscene.
obese amount of wings.
Okay, all right.
Like so. That's what I think. What I want. So it could
I
happen
feel
tonight.
like we need to
could
apologize
happen.
to our audience
Okay.
right now.
No, we
I just
don't.
think we should cut the
So-
feed.
Here we go. Dane, where are you going? Final meal. Jack.
No,
Okay.
Express Cafe.
he knows.
Are
You know
going?
what I get? I would get
Two
a
burgers.
full,
Grilled
no,
cheeseburgers.
No,
2 cheeseburgers.
chicken fried steak
in a burger
Ew.
with
form.
biscuits and
God.
gravy.
Oh,
Fully
man.
loaded cheesy hash browns.
Oh man, you know what's
An
funny
English
is you can
muffin and
you could
4
get-
strips of bacon.
get you can get all that at Cracker Barrel.
So what? Dane,
Except at Express Cafe.
It's
I'm
$8.
supporting my local.
but you're
Express
going all
Cafe.
savory though for that at a
I love
breakfast
that.
place.
Dane's all about the salt and the spice.
with and once again I'm going totally like balls out crazy here. This is also going to involve the cinnamon roll French toast as a side.
Oh snap!
Ooh.
As
yeah,
a side.
that's right. Cover it in syrup, and that's right. It is cinnamon roll French toast. They take cinnamon roll and French toastify it, or is it the other way around? I don't really know. Maybe they make a French toast with cinnamon roll mix. Whatever it is, it's amazing, and it's
Yeah.
really sweet and really bad for you, and it is one of a kind.
I like that.
And I love it.
Morgan, where are you going?
So I'm not okay. Here's the deal. I'm gonna answer this question, and then I do have to skip on out of here to make it to my appointment, right?
Oh.
Because I also don't want to stick around to hear.
I mean,
what
I
people
really
have
can't
to
blame
say.
you.
So originally, I'm thinking I want sushi, right?
Okay.
But I don't just want
Sure.
sushi. I want like everything. I want like
Yeah.
the salad. I want the soup. I want the fried rice on the side. Want it all.
So a full Sakana dinner plate. Meal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then I'm thinking, well, geez, I kind of want Ruth's Chris
Ooh.
Ruth's
with
Chris-
mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I mean-
it just proves that you guys can't afford her. I mean, she
Yeah,
has
right
expensive taste.
Could have taken.
Knew
Could
that
have gone to
was
Cracker
coming.
Barrel. Got some delicious mashed
Like
potatoes.
literally, your
Skip it-
meal's
skipping-
$10. Dane's probably 15. I'm probably somewhere between 15 and 20. Right? Morgan, 75.
No,
Yeah.
actually, mine's about $32 when I do the whole thing.
Well.
Dane knows that because that's what he orders out.
Yeah,
on the way home
I
anyway.
get it.
Yeah, he
Like,
knows.
that's
he's
my
like,
normal
he's
But
like
that's-
it's
It,
32.86.
it runs
That's
it runs
my Wednesday
38
night.
We're like-
when I have Liz's stuff in it because she just
Oh.
chooses a few things, whereas I'm just like all the
Oh,
things.
well,
Yeah.
that's really an awesome.
But
Yeah.
I share. I offer to
Okay.
share.
I really think
Well-
Dane would love Cracker Barrel because he could get all those same items.
I'm not
Yeah,
saying I
for
wouldn't. I'm
12
just
20
you know,
bucks.
And he would go, "Wow, this is
I
really
think we
good."
should just buy
just being
it and bring
obstinate
it on a
now.
plate and be
Oh.
like, Dane, this is homemade leftovers. Like, what do you think? And I was
to
like,
go,
oh, I
we
just
get a
love
to go
the
order. We
flavor.
bring it in.
Yeah.
I had my
He would
like
never
my
know.
Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. We got
Okay,
bigger.
guys, I'm leaving.
Okay, see you, Morgan.
See you,
So
Morgan.
I hope all you wash your hands.
Oof.
Yep. We got Bigger Auto Detailing says, what about the Buster Bar? peanuts,
Buster
fudge, and ice cream.
Yep.
Can't go
I
wrong.
used to love
Have
those.
fun.
Yeah. See you, Morgan. We got it says obese. A new meme is coming. It should be coming because I was serious
An
when I said that word.
obscene amount of food.
No,
yeah, that's what you're ordering.
I'm sticking with it, man.
Yeah.
What do we got for high end?
High end. Anthony, did you know that some light modifications, the Evo 2.0 engine parts fit the Elantra 2.0 engine? They are family, just
I
a
did.
fact.
Yeah, I did know
Yep.
that.
Yep, we showed him. Ricky, we've been on lockdown since Sunday night. We've been hitting the fridge all the time, curfew from 9 to 5. And during the day, you can only go out for very specific things. Correct. So we eat a lot and also order online a lot. TRC order should be here tomorrow.
Well,
Ricky, we're thankful that you're ordering, that you're keeping your spirit
Keep
alive.
it
and
busy.
Yeah.
Keep your cars clean.
Keeping cars clean, house clean, all that good stuff.
that's the thing. You don't have to have other people around to clean their cars.
Well, like,
so.
you know, like Katie's been working from home, right?
She has, yeah.
Yep. My wife's been home with the kids because Carly did get a job at the school district,
Oh.
Which
and
closed.
then they closed.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, well.
so she's home with the kids for the next 2 weeks. So, and then Liz, she's been self-quarantining herself
Yeah.
with Callie.
She can do her
at
art
the house.
anywhere, so,
So-
still doing that.
Yep. So it's a good time. So really, we're the only ones out,
Yeah.
having to do this. It is funny to see that there's no traffic in the mornings.
Well, and like, have you guys gone anywhere besides pretty much?
yeah, I went to
home and
Walmart.
work?
I went to
Okay.
Walmart today for lunch.
How was that?
It was empty.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, empty as in the shelves are empty, or
No,
empty
there
as in
weren't that
there's
many
no people in
There weren't that many
okay.
people out.
But
I think
you know,
most of the people that hoarded have already hoarded, and they're kind of like, okay, I'm good.
most people
Yeah.
are waiting for like the restock now. Fortunately, I'd made a huge Costco run like the week before everybody went nuts.
Excellent.
So I've been able to coast through this whole
Dane
thing.
had 7 packs of toilet paper he bought.
Wow.
He took a picture of himself in front of it and like giving the thumbs up, and then sent it to all of us. And we were like, "That was okay, good for you, Dane."
That's kind of rude.
No, it was like a little insane.
What's
but-
funny is, if you'd done that like a year ago, people just would have thought you're crazy.
Yeah, they were like, "What's up with this dude taking
Yeah.
pictures of all his toilet paper?" Actually, Dane has enough toilet paper to last him and Liz probably till 2027, maybe 2026.
Shall I
It's about
remind people
6
once again?
months to burn through a case.
The toilet paper stuff, I mean, the memes kind of ran away with themselves, but this is a respiratory thing, guys, so it's not that.
Here we go. So we got Alkaline Trio says San Antonio is home to Chunky's, which has the 4 Horsemen burger.
Oh Lord!
If you can eat it all in 25 minutes, it's free, but it's 750,000
Ooh,
Scoville units.
That doesn't sound like a fun time, but I think Jimmy could eat it.
So
It's like,
here's
why do that to yourself? Like half these man versus food challenges.
Jimmy would drink
and
water
stuff.
with that.
So I can't. So I have there's this weird limit of hot that I can eat. Right. I get to a point where something's too hot, I begin hiccuping, and I don't enjoy it anymore. Right. But I like the flavor, I just can't eat it. So I have to find that perfect amount of kind of like that acidic hotness that I really like the flavor of, but without actually getting too hot. And that's what happened in San Antonio. I said, "Hey, how hot are these?" She's like, "Oh, it's not that bad." I'm like, on a scale of 1 to 10. She's like, "Oh, it's like a 4." Her 4 was like my 8, right? And so
Well,
I'm like, "Lady, I can't do this, man. This is crazy." And she's like, "Oh, well, we have one that's like 10 times hotter than that one." And I'm sitting here like, "Are you freaking kidding me?" So it's
Are people getting joy out of it at that point? Like I watch Hot
There is
Ones
no-
and find it entertaining, but there's a certain point where like everybody hits that one they get to. Usually it's Da Bomb on Hot Ones, and people just go, "This is just mean. It doesn't taste good at all. This is just purely there to spite you."
Jane, it's that scene in Scary Movie 2 where there's the priest
No,
and the
I know,
flies.
and then more flies show up. Yeah,
Yeah.
we know.
So, anyways, High-End Auto Detailing Puerto Rico says, TRC, did you know that January, February, we have over 3,000 earthquakes on the south side of the island?
Only on the
Holy
south
crap.
side. Yikes!
I did not know that. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
Salt Lake had the 5.7 magnitude just yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alkaline Trio says, I ate 1/6 of it and spent 2 hours praying for death. I've washed my hands 4 times and still burnt my face when I touched it. That
happened to me when I had the what was it, quadruple? No, it was a triple habanero pizza at Flying Pie. I had an ex whose dad was big into that, and like he challenged me to eat half a pie with him. So that was a mistake I never made again.
It was a
What kind of pie
It
was
was
that,
a-
Dane?
It was a triple
Banana
hob.
cream pie?
No, triple habanero pizza.
I like
Banana
cream
ham?
pies.
I'm a big fan of those.
Nope.
Can you get me a Diet Pepsi over there, please, sir, from the Diet Pepsi fridge, Pepsi throwback fridge, courtesy of our friends at newair.com.
Yeah. We actually got to stop saying that because
Yep.
we found out that New Air, let's just say they have a lot of different items
They have
out
a
there.
lot of great items.
Yeah.
If you check out
Yep.
their YouTube page,
Yeah,
you see some of the
just-
different
Yep.
videos.
Look up air fryers and things like that.
So many
A
options.
lot of
But
great
we're thankful-
ambassadors of the
We're thankful
brand.
for them for giving us the opportunity.
Yeah.
And we do need to go back into their product listings and see what other product we want to do
yeah,
next.
we should
Yeah.
really be looking at
be kind of
branching out.
So anyway, this weekend, I guess since I wouldn't call it on lockdown. I think I'm not
We're detailing
going.
2 cars this weekend.
Well, so I went to the gym last night,
Mm-hmm.
right? Gym still had several people in it, right? But you can kind of tell it's like it's kind of starting to
Like,
die
what's the
out.
Oh,
point?
good.
You
So
know,
that-
we're all gonna,
And-
Not
Well,
literally, I hope.
Well, it's no, literally, Dane. But I think it's the amount of. So, for example, not that you shouldn't wipe down your equipment when you go into the gym, right?
You should
but
be doing
but you
that
have,
anyway.
But you have to be extremely meticulous, right? They sent
Right.
out a newsletter like anything you touch has to be wiped down. So when you're at a
and
gym,
make sure someone
you're-
sees you do it.
Yeah, you're touching everything at the gym, right? So
Yeah.
you're sitting on things, and I think that it's a lot of work to work out, if that makes sense. Like you're like, oh, we got to grab this weight. Oh, wipe that down. You got to grab that, or wipe that down, wipe that down. So it's pretty much constant, and you're not even sweating. You're just wiping
Yeah.
off your
My
germs.
gym said
Yeah.
they're limiting class sizes to 10 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
When
I went
they
to the gym
normally are
last
like
night.
50.
I'm like, man, this is a lot of work. So I'm thinking I'm gonna go places this weekend where there's no virus, like the junkyard, for example.
Sounds great.
I might catch a rat, or I might get
that'd be fun.
What's that? What happens when you get a rusty nail in you?
Oh,
tetanus.
Yeah, I might get tetanus, but
or,
I mean,
or rabies from a rat, but
hey, I'll check
Junkyard
my-
actually sounds like fun. I got 2 cars I got to detail. One for Les Schwab, another service truck, as well as a buddy of mine wants to get the interior done on his pickup.
Maybe-
no,
maybe-
next week I have 2 cars. This weekend I have 1. It's a family Suburban.
you should hire one of you guys to
So-
do the C-Max for me.
No. It's going to cost a lot more money, Dane, because you're
That's
gonna
that's
get the
rude
friend
because I
price.
actually take decent care of the
the
car.
friend
so,
price.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, Dane. Maybe one of these days. I had a dream last night
'cause of-
that I bought a case of Coke Zero.
Just giving you credit.
When I got home, it turned into Diet Pepsi. And
Oh.
I heard Levi
Oh.
laughing evilly in the distance.
Wow.
Well, that's because I haunt people's dreams.
that's good.
I mean, he's not wrong.
One of those things I just like to do it in my spare time.
no, just for fun.
that
It's
voice
fun.
you're hearing, that's him.
I get a kick out. I get a kick out of that.
Yeah.
You know, I think
You
about
get a
it.
creak out of it.
Well, I think at night and I go, what I do is I close my eyes and I take a couple deep breaths and I think, who can I get tonight?
You can't
And
say
then-
that because there's a listener that you literally walked in and you scared to death in the middle of the night.
Well,
In
you
a
know, we were
dark
on the
little
road.
cabin
I
in
had
the
to do
woods.
something,
man.
right?
Thomas Kirby says gym
man.
here in Texas are being closed. Wow.
I believe
Yep.
it.
G. Davis, while in Mexico, we ended up in a restaurant bar full of spring breakers.
Oh,
Things
no.
got out of control quickly, and I'm pretty sure 2 members of the wait staff impregnated my sister-in-law.
Oh no.
So not just one, but both.
Alkaline Dane, are you still looking at swapping that engine in the Ford Ranger?
No, not swapping the
Why, this was
engine.
before the appetizers arrived.
Thank you for the clarification, G.
Always very visual.
Alkaline top hat. No, I'm not replacing the engine of the Ranger. That was a tempting thought, but
If let's just say if the right 302 with a C4 combo
I wouldn't say
falls
no.
in his lap for
Yeah.
what, about $300?
Yeah, if that happens.
Oh, we're gonna put it in the ether.
Right. Yeah, let's put that thought out into the ether.
See what
Just see what
happens.
comes back. Now, my realistic plan was to essentially, over the course of, I don't know how long, the next month
The
or
next
two,
5 years.
before all this got really crazy, I was like, okay, in my spare time, I'll just replace the head in the engine and hope the bottom end isn't too bad and the thing will work out fine. That's what I'm hoping. But I don't know that for sure. Realistically, I was serious about the C-Max because what I'm actually planning on doing, if people are going, no, Dane, no, maybe buy a different car. So the thing is, I'm thinking of giving up the C-Max and the Mazda and potentially getting myself into, say, a decently used but not too worn out Toyota Tacoma.
Oh,
Maybe
wow.
something in
A
the
vehicle.
vein of like
So,
a
fantastic.
2011,
So, okay,
2012,
I like
something
this.
like
I
that.
like this
resale
idea.
value.
So is this gonna be your daily driver?
No, this would be the car that Liz drives occasionally, and that way I would have a truck, but I would only have 2 cars that way. So I-
Okay.
So, but you would daily the Jag though.
Yes, I would continue
essentially.
to have the Jag, but then instead of
Okay.
having to have a 3rd car just because I want a pickup bed, The C-Max is great for road trips and stuff, but realistically, I want something that I can actually haul stuff with. And right
and in
now,
reality,
I do
him and
not
Liz are gonna
have
be
that
taking
vehicle
the Jag on the
outside
road
of
trips.
I mean, it's
From
a
here on
great
out.
Grand Tour. I learned that driving up from Texas. It is great Grand Touring. But point is, I just want to have the Jag and a truck, and as long as there's enough space in the cab for Liz and my dog Callie, and some camping supplies in the back, could have some fun with it. It's either that or it's gonna be like an Element again. That's the only other thing I would really seriously look at. But Elements, unfortunately, they stopped making them so long ago. Even the newest ones are getting pretty old.
What about like
now.
a Ridgeline pickup?
I would be open to the Ridgeline, but at the same time, as much as I love the first-gen Ridgeline for looking like the Warthog from Halo 2, I still think that part of my issue with it is how long is the bed in that? Because a Sport Track bed, I thought I was going to be
Sport Track bed.
I thought I was going to be fine with the Sport Track bed, but in practice, I found no, it's too short. It just wasn't. It wasn't.
You do have a
long enough
tailgate
bed.
extender.
Yeah, but it
Makes
just
it a
didn't
6-foot
seem
bed.
quite right. And I thought maybe the Ridgeline's bed was actually a little bit longer because the composite bed on the Explorer Sport Track
Also has a
seemed
in-floor trunk.
short. Yeah, no, that's what I like about the Ridgeline is they're very thoughtful. Since it's a front-wheel drive based all-wheel drive vehicle, you have a space in the back where the truck bed is to open up a trunk underneath, which is kind of cool. But it's perfect for somebody who's just a homeowner who wants to have a pickup bed occasionally. Obviously, all these tough guys walking around with, their Stetsons and their, multi-gallon hats or whatever are going to be like, oh, I got to have a truck. And it's like, fine, okay. But that's different. Somebody who wants a Ridgeline is just looking for something to do stuff around the house with.
No, Honda Ridgeline ran Baja.
I mean, you can.
And they were stocked with long travel suspension. They were able to compete quite well as a unibody.
Well, and you get the reliability of a Honda motor, of
You
course.
do.
Mhm.
Yep.
No, what
so
Honda did not do
My
well
dad
for a
uses
time period
my
was
dad has a
automatic
Ridgeline.
transmissions.
My dad has a Ridgeline. He loves it. Drives
Oh,
it all the time. Enjoys it. Uses it like a truck.
The funny thing about the Ridgelines, though, there's this insane price discrepancy. Once you get up past like the 2008 or 2009, all of a sudden the price jumps up like $6,000. Like it's a big difference on the used market.
Alkaline Top Hat B3000. High end here in Puerto Rico. If police catch you out of your house with no reason, they give you a $5,000 ticket.
That's
It's an
crazy.
expensive
that
road trip.
will keep you indoors. Yeah,
Mobility
Yikes.
today. Guys, thanks so much for making Amazing Rags. Love your company. Thank you, sir. Alkaline
you.
Trio. This is the longest Dane has spoken without being interrupted.
I really
I don't know how to
appreciate
feel about it.
that. I don't appreciate that.
You have no
Oh.
idea how hard it was for me to stay quiet.
I know. I'm
for
watching
that.
their faces, and they're like, "This is boring." Dane's talking about
No,
things at
we're
length,
not.
and
No, we're just trying to be nice, Dane.
I have a constant inner
You missed out on the first
monologue
part.
of Dane, stop talking. People find you boring. Don't talk. Stop
No.
talking. And so I just don't,
Dane.
and I meander, and it's a whole thing.
We
So,
want to know about the Tacoma.
Yeah.
It's
No, the
impressive.
Tacoma.
I like seeing where your brain
the
moves.
Tacoma is. See, I'm always trying to think strategically, though. Like I'm not giving up the Jag. Period.
I will
Until
never say you're not
something
strategic in your
happens
thinking.
with it. Yeah. Well.
I think Dane might give up the Jag for something like
If there was a Jag adjacent thing that was better, that would be the only thing I would even remotely consider.
So Hector there at High End sent me a
Ooh.
picture.
From here on out, I want to have a sports car.
Dane.
Period.
A GMC Typhoon would suit you well.
Oh, Sci-Ties. I love Typhoons. I love Cyclones. Super rad trucks.
I try to tell Dane that he's more of a Ford Lightning kind of guy.
No, the Sci-Ties are way faster than the first-gen Lightning, though.
Well, Dane, how are you supposed to run parts for Harry if you're not in a Lightning?
now, that's the
Right?
second-gen Lightning. Those are faster.
Especially when Hector's going to be running 3 Honda
Honda
Civics
Civics with spoon engines, yeah.
I mean,
But
geez, the race
while
wars is
while
gonna
the
be,
Lightning is, pretty fun, man, a good Typhoon or Cyclone done right, like modified a little bit, God, those are cool. Really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, well, this has really been
So
eye-opening.
one thing I want to say, my daughter's 9 today.
Wow.
9 years
Happy
old.
birthday, Hadley.
Congrats.
I know, right? Feels like just yesterday. My wife and I went on St. Patrick's Day to the Bitter Creek Ale House to watch the Pipers come
Yeah.
through. In Boise, we have a group of bagpipers called the Boise Highlanders, and they would do a tour of many of the bars and restaurants throughout the day. And it was something my wife and I always tried to do and go and attend. So we went and had dinner with my mother-in-law, and we went and listened to the Pipers play. Carly was 1 month early still from her due date.
Yeah.
And that night, she was complaining as we left the restaurant. She's like, my stomach kind of hurts and my back's kind of hurting. And at first, she thought it was indigestion. Next day, I went to work. Carly spent the whole day in back labor, said her back was hurting, and made it all the way to the end of the evening. By midnight, we ended up going to the hospital. And 12 hours later, at noon on the 19th, Hadley was born.
Wow.
Longest day of my life and even longer day of my wife's life. So can't believe that 9 years has passed this fast. So happy birthday, Hadley. And thank you to everybody that has sent little happy birthday wishes and stuff. Really means a lot. There's my grandmother actually calling to wish Hadley
is that your Hispanic grandmother?
Yes.
Oh, we love her very much.
She's amazing.
She's amazing.
High end here in Puerto Rico. We already did that. Mobility done. Alkaline. Okay. Dane, how about a Typhoon? Mobility, have your Edgeless 500 plush. Matt from Obsessed Garage said they're only good for 12 laundry washes. What is your take? Anthony's had a set for 4 years that you've been using and washing.
Yeah, I still have.
I actually have like one of the original Eagle Edgeless in my garage somewhere.
Alkaline,
and it's still fine.
What would you do if you were all on lockdown? Well, I have a large theater system.
Yeah.
In the MOS HQ, as well as a couple little fridges, extra freezers, a lot of food. I'd probably clean my garage, honestly.
Yeah.
Clean my yard, do some projects, things of that nature.
Yeah.
Hang out, probably enjoy it, actually. I'd probably have some fun there.
Yeah.
But I'd probably try and, we'd probably still be working, honestly.
Yeah.
You'd see us still on Facebook and Instagram and
because we
answer
have the
people's
sort of
emails
jobs
and
where
stuff.
we can do a decent amount from home via our phones or computers. Yeah, we could totally do that.
Anthony, what'd you be doing if you were on lockdown? Playing video games?
No.
Video games?
No. So I honestly, dude, I have about 10 things that I need to install on my freaking Honda Civic, right? So, and then I need to film
a
it.
lot of great
for
videos.
obviously no reason.
And then what do you
for
do with the next
Instagram.
10 minutes?
Then
It'd be for Instagram stories.
Yeah, just from Instagram stories, of course. And so
everybody has to see this.
Yeah, but basically, so I need to do that. So that'd be fantastic to catch up on that. Also, obviously, spend time with my wife and maybe watch some trash TV as she's been watching. What's it called? Blind Love?
Supernatural?
Or no? What's the love from where they meet the people on the other side of a
Avengers:
curtain?
Infinity War.
No, they meet. There's a hole in a curtain and there's two people.
Wait, hold
that's called
Hold on.
Power in the
Hold
Glory
on.
is what that's called.
It's
I think we saw this one when we were in the UK.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that show is called, but it's called something. It's just a reality TV show. So, but I might do that and then hang out with my dogs, of course. But I do have plenty of jasmine rice to get me through. So
It'd be great. That's
Dane?
all
Right. I'd probably keep working on my garage as long as the lockdown didn't mean you couldn't, pull your cars out of your garage and work in it. Fine. Okay, cool.
I'm sure you live in a cul-de-sac and basically own the entire neighborhood, so should be fine, Dane.
I'm on the
Let's
highest
be like,
ground
yep.
in the cul-de-sac.
Well,
My
as the
house
king
is
of your
raised above.
Yeah, king
everybody
of the
else's.
cul-de-sac, as they call you.
So there's that. I don't know if they call me that, but I'll take
Probably
it.
do.
Dane is gonna chop
yeah.
his tree down in his front yard.
Are you?
Oh, that's already gone. That's been gone. Yeah.
That giant tree you had?
Yeah, I used to have it for a long time, and then for
Did
some
you do
reason,
it yourself?
No, I
Really?
hired a guy to do that
Why?
one.
It's just land in the cul-de-sac.
Do you know how bad I'd feel if for some reason the wind blew the wrong way and it just decided to fall
That's
on
why you
my
have a
house
rope
instead?
and you'd hook
I've
it to the
watched
back of your
way
truck.
too many YouTube fail videos of people screwing up seemingly simple tasks for me to trust myself
But
to
Dane,
do that.
so what I'm wondering, so your house is in direct sunlight then?
Yeah, no, the tree died. I
very
didn't choose
efficient.
for the tree to be cut down until
It
it was
a
absolutely
beautiful
necessary.
maples.
It was a gorgeous tree. It was actually a plum tree.
a beautiful plum tree.
It was
that,
gorgeous
that provided
tree. Yeah.
fruit for you and your family.
To eat
Well,
and
that's-
you have
every
and
day.
you-
Actually, no,
Did
it
you eat
mostly
a lot
just
of plums?
it just dropped plums on the ground, so you'd
Well,
slip
yeah, you're
and go.
supposed to. You're supposed to pick those up. That's what
Yeah.
the tree does.
So here's the deal: you can
Yeah.
actually only eat so many plums before it goes south. So
Now you know where all
Growing
the
up
TP
as a
went.
kid,
Okay,
I had
so
a plum tree, a red plum tree. It was delightful. I used to eat the fruit off that tree all the time.
It was like a rich burgundy color.
So
I
speaking
loved
of
that
plums,
tree.
right? There's this movie called Almost Heroes. It's one of my
Yeah.
favorite movies of all times. There's this whole scene in it about plum pudding. watch Almost Heroes if you can. Again, one of my favorite movies of all time. It's totally my humor, but just watch it.
Fighting
Anyways.
that bald eagle, man.
Yeah. yeah. So Ricky Clone says there's a. Oh, where are we at? What would we all do?
High end. I'm
Okay.
wondering how Dane could handle the bullying in a single floor school with no stairs.
Spoiler alert: there's a basement.
No,
Find a
geez.
stairway anywhere.
Kirby Thompson didn't say anything. Ricky, there's a black 92 Typhoon for sale nearby. Looks great. Not much mileage for 92, 110,000 miles up in Puerto Rico. So
I mean,
Yeah.
assuming
quick
the
trip.
maintenance is up to date, that could be an awesome truck.
Edgeless 500 is the GOAT.
Nice.
Thanks to Mobility Today. Yoshi, Dane should buy an early 2000 Silverado and do a couple of Taiwanese spoolie boys.
Ooh.
Well, the
Yeah, I
guy
like
who
that.
does our stickers has a pretty wicked.
It's for
Silverado
sale, and it's for
SS.
sale.
What's that thing putting down?
About 700 horsepower.
It sounds like an earthquake and
Yep.
Zeus, raining
G.
lightning from the
G.
heavens.
Davis, next TRC giveaway, locked out at Dane's house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hans asking Levi, will you be in the office tomorrow? I will, Hans. You can come by and come say hi. G. Davis, Pale Horse is worth the watch on Prime. Do you know how bad Carolyn would be, how mad she would be if I let Hans in the building after he got off a plane from the Netherlands?
Oh, yeah. She would never.
Oh,
let-
that would not fly.
Yeah, but no, I will be in the office tomorrow. Ricky, basically, G. Davis, Pale Horse is worth watching. Ricky, basically, it's been for us this week. Work remote, homeschool the kids, online lessons our teachers are sending. The weekend, have a great home to-do list. Pressure wash the yard, set up the home office, detail my wife's pilot over the weekend
Pressure
since we
wash
can't
the
leave the
yard?
house.
Yeah.
Prestige Detail in Studio. This is the best show to watch with my Friday morning coffee. I wake up super early here in Australia to watch
Oh.
every week. Thank you, Prestige.
Perfect. Thank
Appreciate
you.
it, brother.
Thanks
Yeah.
for watching. Yeah.
Kirby Thompson, time for my commute. Kitchen bar to the living room. Nice. Working from home, guys, for the next few weeks. No COVID. 10 for the TRC crew. God bless COVID-19.
Yeah, 19 because
Thankfully,
it
we
came out
don't
in the year
have
2019.
COVID-10.
Yeah.
And then Hans, happy birthday to sweet little Hadley. Big Hadley. Give her a hug for me. I will, Hans. Thank you so much. I don't know if we got any more, but
No, that's it for right now.
pretty
Now, I will
good.
say I just finished watching that show Hunters on Amazon Prime. That's an interesting show because thematically it's kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
It's tough to really pin it down. Like some people are like, oh, it's kind of Tarantino-y, whatever, modern slick, whatever graphic thing. It's like all the.
so what
I don't
I've
know
been-
what
you
to
know what I've been
describe it
doing?
as.
I've been going through the MCU.
Oh,
The Marvel
okay.
Universe.
Yep, start to finish.
Disney has many of those. On
Did you
Disney
start with
Plus,
Iron
but isn't
Man
it
1?
missing a few?
3, and those 3 are available on Netflix.
Okay.
Did you start watching Iron Man 1?
I did.
One of the best ones.
Oh, Iron Man
Went-
1 is still great.
Such a
Went
good
through.
movie.
We are currently at Avengers: Infinity War.
Oh,
Wow.
wow, you made it a long way.
We've been cruising. We did.
Yeah.
That's like 20
yeah, we did.
movies?
Yeah, we've been. Well, I've been doing it over the last couple weeks with the
Oh,
kids
okay.
too.
Yeah.
But Infinity War is the first where we haven't let them watch. That's the first one that I'm like, you can't watch this.
Oh.
And Carly and I started it last night, and were reminded very quickly why we said no to them
Because
watching
there's
it.
a
It's
nude scene.
no, it's very intense in the
Oh,
beginning.
yes.
If you
Oh,
think
yeah.
about how much Augie loves Loki,
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, that would. do
and
it
then
for
watching
him.
the death of Loki,
Yeah.
very stressful.
Oh gosh, spoiling a movie for me that's like
So,
3 years old.
It's yeah. So
Yeah.
that's what we've been doing. So probably just be watching more of that. That's my plan.
yeah.
Cool.
So
All right. Well, that pretty much wraps it up. Shine Shop C did Shine
Thanks,
Shop
Shine
D
Stop.
says
Hey.
first time catching y'all live. Listen to y'all all the time on Spotify. Well, thanks
Hey,
for joining
thanks,
in.
man. I hope you follow us on there because I always try and improve our numbers on Spotify because that's a really good platform
Yeah.
for listening to us on.
Yep.
And we appreciate that you do that. Yeah, let's give
Well,
this.
let's go
Oh,
ahead
this is
and-
totally dry.
Yeah, go ahead and wrap it up, Dane.
Oh man. Oh, see, no, G. Davis is all upset now.
all right, guys, we will talk to you later. Hope you all have a great weekend. Stay healthy.
Yes.
Make sure you guys are wiping stuff down. Just so everyone's aware, we are still shipping towels. We are still next week we do have a supply of some extra products that are going to be coming into TRC.
Yes.
Hope you guys are staying safe. Hope
And
you're
I will repeat
staying
for
healthy.
our local friends, we are not accepting people into the storefront. However, we are allowing people to come pick up things locally if they place an order online, and then you can effectively just pick up your order as if you're going through a drive-through or takeout kind of thing.
Yep.
That's how we're going to treat it. So just make sure everybody is up on their updates. What, Anthony? You look like you got something to say.
MOU Records, new music alert, Coronavirus Mixtape Volume 1.
Thanks.
There you
bud.
go.
Okay, so with all that said, I just want to say
See you
thank you
guys.
so much for listening, and we hope to catch you next week on the podcast. Make sure you're subscribed to the Rag Company Podcast YouTube channel in addition to this one. And so you know you've got everything coming out at the right time, click that bell so you really know. All right, adios.
See ya.